nice introduction. I'm trying my best to make some sense out of drafts, but so far they are not really like risking it. We can see the Luna and the gyrocopter being picked up. For now, they are more like relying on the safer picks.
It definitely looks the part, although, well, you calling Luna first pick safe means you think that they can't really address it that easily, even if the first pick then? Because while I love the gyrocopter, the Luna first just feels kind of weird to me.
Nice question though. I think Luna first is something that can be justified by the fact that Luna coming out in the second phase, there is nothing such as Luna counters or any Luna punishing heroes. Luna is one of the best carries you can pick up right now, a pretty reliable one, because either way, your enemy team is gonna be ready for some Luna action, whether you pick it on the third phase or the first phase. They are always gonna be uh, ready for the Luna to be present. A constant pressure on their shoulders that the Luna might be picked up in every game.
I actually like that line of reasoning, because yeah, it is the most popular hero this patch. And well, SIBE, they will be picking up a Rubik and an Enchantress, which is definitely a scary support combo, as those two supports can go solo hunting. But what kind of a one do you suspect SIBE are gonna go with? Because they do have a lot of decent initiation and a good amount of team fight already. But I'm really confused as to what they can do as far as the hard carry goes, especially because they're gonna be up against this Gyrocopter.
Self-Hate really likes really likes to play many heroes, so it's very dependent. Not very dependent on a paddle when it comes to the hero pools. We have seen him playing from Swan to even Ricky's. I think Ricky is not that bad this game. You can get out of the cogs. You can apply the silence, get on the backline. Luna really hates heroes that can get on top of him, but understandably, I think Morphling would be the most obvious pick so far.
Alright, yeah, I can see that. Morphling turning into that Luna, stealing the glaives. He got a good answer for Clockwork as well. But yeah, you did mention that SIBE signature Ricky. And SIBE, they have been playing the Ricky in pretty much any patch, any meta, no matter how good or bad it looks. As they just really seem to love that hero, so that's something that one win gotta be ready for. But I don't think they can get away with picking it anymore after that Dragon Knight comes out, as that hero is just too tanky, right?
Yeah, it kind of feels like that you need a solution that is robust and can deal with some of these high tank heroes. So in form of the Lifestealer, we got our hard carry already.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely addresses the Dragon Knight as well as the Clockwork, although I think Lifestealer kind of struggles against the Luna nowadays, right? With the new Aghanim Shard being added and her having something to actually counter meta heroes with.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. I think he's gonna be forcing the Lifestealer to maybe pick up a Mjolnir. I know that actually sounds a bit stupid. I think he's gonna just go for the eggs and infesting the Luna is gonna be the solution.
Oh yeah, that seems like the most effective thing he can do, right? Disarming her and like getting that heal as well after going into the Luna after you lose a little bit of health just for that extra value. Because, yeah, one of the things I wanted to point out as well, there is a bit of synergy with the Enchantress being picked up with like Brewmaster and a Lifestealer, who are both two heroes who kind of bring their own sustain and their own heal into a lane here. So I wonder if SIBE are gonna play that really aggressive early rotation game with the creep army and kind of try to spice up the laning stage that way a little bit, because Centaur Stomp with the Lifestealer should definitely be able to set up the outplay.
Yeah, I was just thinking about what SIBE might be picking up for their mid lane. There are so many possibilities because this is game number one. You can try out new things that you haven't been running so far. Let me see what they have picked in the past.
I mean, a lot of good mids are already gone. Also, the Earth Spurt is being banned, which is actually a hero that only SIBE and a few other teams have been picking
Yep.
throughout the season of EPL. So they definitely did their homework on the side of one win and made sure they kind of learn those signature picks from the side of SIBE and know them well.
Maybe they can do a deny pick, considering that the DK is gonna be on the mid lane, and they either ban the Razor now or they pick up the Razor on Team SIBE.
Ooh, I would love the Razor last pick. Because, yeah, now that you're pointing it out, Razor plus Clockwork is just insanely strong, and one win, they are going to put that Dragon Knight mid lane for sure.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be on the mid lane as well, because the potential for the Razor is still there. Banning out the Invoker though. Okay, I'm gonna start like throwing heroes at you. Leshra, Razor, Kuka.
What about Doom? Hypothetically speaking, for the Lifestealer.
Doom. Oh, I meant for Team SIBE.
Oh. Okay, no, then Kunkka makes sense. Yes, then I definitely agree with those heroes you've just thrown out. Though, especially, like, I kind of like the Kunkka for the ship, so they kind of double down on the team fight with the Primal Split already being there. And actually, come to think of it, Centaur Warrunner is still in the draft as well, but gonna be a Bat Rider.
I'm actually surprised because Rolf, I think I've seen him playing Bat Rider on the mid lane before, and seeing that he's gonna be getting back on his Bat Rider is definitely a good omen. I'm already excited to see this guy when it comes to his Bat Rider. So it's gonna be fun. I really hope that it's gonna be him playing a Bat Rider. Okay, Joe, you got 30 seconds to give me something that can shut down the Bat Rider.
Well, see, I was gonna hope one win last pick at Doom, but I only now see that they actually first phase banned the Doom themselves, and they're gonna go way off meta here. We have not seen that hero all season.
And on off lane, it's gonna be Cloud, and they're off taking a Bat Rider as we expected. You were early like spoiling us, or we were really like jinxing that we might be having a fun game, even for game number 1. Well, it seems like he's gonna be delivering, so I'm really excited.
As am I. I did expect one win to kind of go off meta, to kind of go into those unexpected picks, but I did not expect the Brood Mother game number 1. And, well, there isn't that many answers for the Brood other than the Bat Rider, really, so I can kind of see it work here until Cinderbrew comes online as well. Though Cloud, I think he needs to make sure that he doesn't just win the offlane like Broods usually do and then kind of sit in the offlane pushing the tier 2 tower slowly, but also that he kind of goes hunting carries, that he kind of makes sure he starts rotating a bit, keeps a lot of spider webs up in that jungle between the offlane and the mid lane, just so rotations are available for the Brood Mother here. Because that old-fashioned Brood Mother that becomes a carry in the late game with like Harpoon and stuff, it feels a little bit slow for this game.
I see your point. But it still feels like some item before building those utilities type of stuff might be mandatory. I'm thinking about Orchid and how good it is.
I guess great minds think alike, because yeah, that was actually gonna be my next point. Like, you need an Orchid though, or either an Orchid or something else that enables you to get a lot of early game kills, and I think Orchid is just perfect, as it also gives you a good answer to the Brewmaster and the Rubik.
Yeah, it's like, imagine that you are Team SIBE, you're thinking like, okay guys, it's not the end of the world. Like, we got answers to the Brood Mother. We have Infest, we have Rage, we have the Primal Split. Oh, maybe if they buy Orchid, we might be in some trouble. In need to, you know, buy some Lotus Orbs or Lewis, which you completely want to avoid.
Oh yes, for sure. This game, it's all about that aggression, it's all about the tempo. Whichever team is gonna get forced harder to build a lot of defensive items and kind of delay their crucial teamfight tempo is definitely gonna have to make up for that somehow, and is gonna play catching up after that. So I can see the Bat Rider just going for the Blink Dagger rush instead, getting some stacks themselves, because that's a thing that we've seen a lot of teams do lately, right? Where you make a lot of stacks on the Bat Rider, but then you give some of the stacks back to the Bat Rider with Firefly, so you get a really good Blink Dagger, even though you're a support Aghanim, like you're a support Bat Rider. And then
Yeah,
you can go into
that
that ultimate build later on, because I
yeah,
think
yeah,
the
that's pretty
Aghanims is
much
gonna be really important.
that's pretty much that a lot of these teams are doing when they have like Doom, Batrider, Lashra, any kind of heroes that can take care of stacks. I think I'm expecting some stacks to be made as well.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, the question is though, which build is the Batrider gonna go for? Because almost everybody plays the Blink Dagger into 4-step into Aghanim Scepter build pretty much with like 1 or 2 items that you can get in between, like the defensive Yule Scepter you mentioned earlier. But we usually see Batrider played as a full support instead. This is gonna be that aggressive core Batrider, of course.
Yeah, I think it's kind of similar like the Keeper of the Light. It got its own kind of things like go for the travel, then pick up the Blink Dagger, Octarine Core, BKB. So there are some mandatory items that you have to be purchasing first.
Oh
Then
yeah, I definitely see that, as we got a bit of a fun fact here from our sponsors over at CyberScore, as OneWin and SIBE have apparently met each other again already 6 times, which is huge. And SIBE have only won the one game, like the one series of that. But oh boy, I think that doesn't mean you should rule out SIBE here with the way they have been drafting this patch. Although game number 1, I definitely think OneWin have the draft advantage. And with that, before chat asks, who do you think has the draft advantage, Costa?
that's a tough one to be honest, because as much as I love the last pick Batrider, I think the same can apply to the Brood. I think this Brood is gonna be pretty much unstoppable. Cloud, I think it's not the first time I see him playing these weird heroes. While we have a first blood and respect. Yeah, I'm expecting OneWin to take this. What about you?
Same, just because of the Brood Mother, because, yeah, Zeneca is already now starting off to the perfect laning stage with that very free first blood and a lot of XP flowing his way pretty much. Because that level 6 time is kind of what can stop the Brood Mother. You mentioned she will be unstoppable if Brood Mother is just allowed to farm and have space here. But Brewmaster is like the one out of stopping it, but I still think because there's so little of an answer to Cloud, where both Batrider and Brewmaster kind of need their experience first before they can do anything about the Brood Mother, I think they should be fine on the side of OneWin here. Because you cannot shut down both the Brood Mother and Chira Jr., right?
Yeah, that is going to be a huge emphasis here on Raph and his Batrider, how and which manners he's going to be making his rotations. It really feel like if he's like doing some misplays or not really reading the situation correctly, I think he's the core element of shutting down the Broodmother if he's going to be aggressive or overstepping his boundaries or doing something stupid. It always should be the Batrider keeping an eye on him.
Oh yes, for sure. Though the question is whether Batrider wants to take that level 6 lasso and immediately want to run to the bot lane, or whether he wants to stay just on top of Chira Jr., because as you can see, Dragon Knight is being harassed back at least by the Napalm in the way that he's forced to go back under the tower, miss a little bit of XP every time. Although he does still have an advantage over the Batrider, Batrider could just wait for the Primal Split while making sure he farms himself and then go over to the top lane and go for a kill with the Brewmaster instead.
I think there are many possibilities for Raph, and that might be the reason why he is deciding for travel first, so he can be present in multiple lanes and can make those reactions as fast as possible.
Self-Hate over on the bottom lane, getting bullied by a Broodmother and a Clockwork pretty much, as some spears from the Enchantress aren't really gonna concern Cloud too much more, with him already leveling up extremely fast here, having 2 levels in that regen from the Spiderweb.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be coming handy. You already got the Bracer Raid Band, so on the stat side is completely fine.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're gonna see that Orchid queued up or not. Like, that's what I'm mostly curious about and why I'm keeping an eye on the Broodmother, because we both agree that that Orchid is such a huge tempo maker that you definitely need on this aggressive off laner here. Whereas over on the top lane, Zeneca, not really the most aggressive offlaner, especially against the Luna, because like you said, there's just no more Luna counters left.
Yeah, Luna is like really a really type of hero that, of course, there are counters, but people are just so used to the Luna that you can always play along the lines that you are having some troubles with some of those enemies. You're just shifting your playstyle and you're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if Luna is struggling a lot, one of the options is just going for quick support rotations as well, as Luna has a lot of kill potential and a lot of setup with the Clockwork who could come over here. Whereas Swedenstrong is gonna get zoned out a little on the bottom lane, but he doesn't mind giving over a lot of experience to the Broodmother. On the contrary, the Clockwork, he would like to kind of play that support game where you're very far behind, and then eventually he can always teleport over to the mid lane and kind of leech XP there, where when Chira goes contest some stacks or push some towers.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be the case. Maybe I can make some twin portal rotations, securing the 6-minute rune, going for the wisdom rune, then going back for the 8-minute rune. And Cloud is gonna be happy because he's doing so far with the Clockwork. When it comes to last hits, I just realized it's not that big.
Oh yeah, Dragon Knight is such a powerhouse nowadays that even against the Bat Rider, he has a very chill lane, especially because he was smart enough to buy the stick at level 1 before he even started into the lane. So with that Napalm, he just gets infinite mana to kind of go for those little stun into denying one last hit play to get an advantage here. And it's already starting to look like quite a big advantage for Kira Jr. on his Dragon Knight, whereas Selfade over on the bottom lane also still farming extremely well. But it's 2 more levels until Cloud gets the ultimate and can kind of put a stop to that.
Yeah, and the Clockwork just left him alone, so that Cloud can get the ward hit as soon as possible. Because he just queued it up as we were talking about it. Something I don't really understand is why do you need the Soul Ring before the Ore hit? I think the Ore hit is gonna be pretty much fixing your mana issues. Even though this was nerfed recently, I think it's still pretty reliable.
I agree. I mean, maybe Cloud wants to go for that jungle timing. Like, if he actually jungles a lot, maybe the Soul Ring is gonna pay for itself. That's my line of thinking here. Cause, well, there is gonna be a very early pop-off timing for Cloud here, where he can just start taking over the enemy jungle with Spider Ride and Spiderlings.
Yeah, I mean, he's the professional player, he knows best. Yeah, he's pretty experienced with the...
Well, we're gonna see, because it is something that SIBE can very much punish. So if SIBE just have perfect vision in their bottom jungle constantly and keep the Broodmother zoned out, it could very much backfire. But speaking of things backfiring, well, Brewmaster, he wanted to go for a kill on the Luna, but he did not expect Chira Jr. to sit in the trees, as Chira gets not 1 but 2 kills for his team.
Huge kudos to respect with the body block. It was really cute that he was doing there, always on point with the direction that he was changing. That was the needed element to get the kill on the Rubik as well.
Oh yeah, also every minute or every second you spend alive, you can, you know, try to get yourself some good value as well in that sense. So I really like the heads-up body block thinking, where you make sure that the gold distribution goes perfectly, that exactly who needs to get the kills gets the kills, and who needs the XP gets the XP. Because speaking of XP, guess who did just get a level up over on the mid lane while the top fight was happening? It was the Clockwork, who can now come in with his Broodmother again, or keep contesting the enemy jungle a little bit. But Cloud got that level 6 now as well, and this is gonna be the tempo from the offlane finally coming into play for 1 win here.
I don't know, I am having some second thoughts about this offlane, because he's completely skipping the insatiable hunger, indicating that what you just said previously, that he's gonna be really... Oh, wait a minute, never mind, SIBE, he's just...
Bat Rider trying to go for a kill, doesn't quite find the Broodmother.
So back to what I was trying to say, you were absolutely right with that pull, that the soaring is pretty much needed for the amount of spiders you want to like spawn out. Oh, once again Ralph
As over on the bottom lane, we get a bit of a lasso turnaround as with the spiders. It's not gonna be enough to make any meaningful difference here, but at least 3 uplifts. Although he is gonna have to go back to the base and, you know, did use a pretty big ultimate for that, whereas Chira Jr. can now just head over back to the mid lane, press the dragon form, and start pushing himself.
This Bat Rider is really suffering so far, not really doing well gold-wise. So he's really trying to make this place happen.
Speaking of people suffering, Sunset with the homing missile, he will easily be executed by the side of OneWin here as well. As OneWin just taking over control of the map right now. And as long as Mungushi has 0 deaths on the Luna, Luna is also just gonna be flash farming. It's gonna be hitting more and more jungle creep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's really beneficial for the Luna. He's gonna be farming much more faster than the Lifesteal. Lifesteal is gonna be really dependent on making plays around the map once he gets these Radiants. For the armlet though, but the Radiance is gonna be his first items.
Oh yeah, it has enjoyed just so much popularity. For one, because 9 out of 10 times you're gonna end up building an Aghanim Scepter anyways, which has really good synergy with the Radiance, of course. But also, it helps you pop off in terms of farm. Lifesteal is already sitting on top of net worth. However, Enchantress will be taken down as the Primal Split comes out just as the Dragon form ends, which is some awkward timing for Chira Jr., but with the Luna getting some glaives bouncing, the Broodlings will be forced back off, and everyone on this top lane is gonna be okay on the side of OneWin once again. Danica being forced to use the Primal Split defensively like that, and not even getting a support kill for it. That's gotta be bad, because Lifesteal, he's sitting on top of the course. He's having the freest game of a lifetime, but everybody else is kind of behind for that, and now the Lifestealer is being hunted, as he will be able to hide out in the catapult. But how much good will that do him? Well, it allows him to get away, but he loses out on a lot of farming space. He gives the Broodmother even more momentum. And if they don't answer, both the Broodmother and the Luna here, I think they're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, it feels like the gameplay that's gonna be coming out from SIBE for the upcoming 5 minutes. It might be punishing the Luna and the Broodmother. Just to shut down the Broodmother before he gets his Orchid is definitely gonna be crucial. And once he gets his Orchid, he's gonna be putting a few levels in the insatiable hunger, and he's gonna be pretty much unstoppable. SIBE would definitely would love to avoid that, but this is not really good because Ruff is just
Bat Rider, yeah, he gets caught and instantly obliterated with the homing missile. They even get vision on the Rubik for the bonus kill. As Rubik, nice retaliation there with the stolen rocket barrage. Gyrocopter, he's not gonna win against the Supreme Magnus. As, yeah, even a single level in Arcane Supremacy is just so much added spell damage and range.
Ruff is really suffering so far. He should be the one making this place happen. He's 6th place on the network chart. He's having some troubles finding these skills.
He's giving all the space over to Selfhate though, who will have a perfect Radiance timing this game, but we're gonna see whether the Lifestealer can kind of compensate for not having a mid laner here. Because yeah, I definitely agree where Bat Rider has just been falling behind time and time again, other than that one kind of good rotation, but he hasn't really been getting the space and headway he wants to.
Yeah, not really going in his way, as Cloud is getting closer and closer for that overhead. I think it's pretty much finished as well in 400 goldish, and he has started applying more and more pressure with the aid of the 2 supports.
Well, speaking of Radiance timing, wait, are they actually double Radiancing?
What?
Oh no, unless Lifestealer got something different queued up, I think that SIBE just lost the game. We've seen this before, and very sometimes a double Radiance can work out if you have an advantage when you build it. So you control most of the map and can actually just turn 2 Radiances into extra farming gold. But as Swedenstrong goes down on the bottom lane and Reup just dies once again on that core Bat Rider of his, they are looking for more, trying to kill off Sunset, as Sunset stole a hookshot, but there was no creeps left for him to hookshot as the Broodmother farmed all of those. And it's gonna be a double kill now for Cloud.
They require
Oh, the
time.
double radiance is really gonna be hurting. Maybe you can still go for the halberd on the primal on the primal use,
Brewmaster
but
for
brewmaster.
during the
Thank you.
yeah for go like you can use it during the primal split. It is nice in that regard, but they have to realize first that they're going double radiance before it's too late and it costs them the game.
Oh, Team SIBE, you're really making this hard one win so far. I really love how dominant this Broodmother is around this bottom jungle. He's basically forcing out everybody from Team SIBE.
Oh yeah, with the radiances, spiders are kind of gonna suffer for it, but by the time his spiders are gonna die, he's probably already gonna have the Bloodthorn completed and
Yep.
have a whole lot of damage of his own.
Smoke up by Sunset and Rough. Maybe they can make a play finally on the Broodmother. I don't think so. The Orchid is ready and
More
mostly
importantly, there's both a Clockwork and a Dragonite with a Blink Dagger sitting ready, like, oh, let us jump something, we want to stun something. And yeah, smart move though, smart move that they retreat over on the side of SIBE. They're not gonna continue falling behind even more.
SIBE, they would love to make this place happen. Get the kill on the Broodmother or the Luna just to stop their farming patterns, but it doesn't really feel like they are finding their momentum.
Yeah, Luna hasn't died a single time, and that means all of the momentum, all of the tempo in this game is currently being controlled by Munkushi, who I don't think will stop being that beast of a Luna that he's playing right now, because Luna hasn't really been joining the team fights yet, but we are approaching the higher level Eclipse, and you know, Luna actually starting to do stuff in the team fights as well. As in comes the hook shot, in comes the perfect follow-ups, then there's an Orchid to prevent the rage, and in comes the homing missile, plus a lot of spiders for the Orchid damage to finish it.
Nicely played, layering those stuns. Like a nice cake, first the hook shot, then Cheeto Jr. with the blink reveal, and then the Orchid just to make sure that the rage is not
Brewmaster, he wants to go for an initiation, but instantly gets silenced himself as Bad Rider gets a nice lasso on the Luna. Luna will be dying for all of that tower damage, but as the tower falls, they can now try to go for more Primal Split used onto Cloud, as Cloud will be dying for that. But so will the Brewmaster from the looks of it, as the final Brewling trying to get out is getting that full restore form though, and that means Respect is just gonna get away with beautiful teleport actually.
Actually, the Radiance is dealing a lot of damage there from the Brewmaster. I was really taken. I was actually surprised at how much damage the Radiance got there. Forced many of 1-win heroes to retreat as soon as possible after taking the tier 2 tower.
Oh yeah, it also saved a lot of damage from all of the spiders with the mischance as well.
Yep, it's definitely useful for those right-clicking heroes or creeps, or in this case spider rights and spiderlings. Having the 15% mischance.
As well, the gold hasn't really changed much, but that last fight was a big jump in experience back in favor of SIBE here. So at the very least for the next team fight, they will have some level 2 ultimates. If they can get a lasso like that again on Munkushi, it will be huge. Because yeah, instantly killing off the Luna just before that huge Eclipse is coming out is so important. As now Luna has the max level Lunacy beam, is gonna put a second point into Eclipse eventually. And then Munkushi is just gonna turn into an absolute raid boss.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's shipping out an item. Oh, it's gonna be the shard, understandably. He's gonna be getting the glaives, which you said previously is gonna be really important for the Lifestealer and the Batrider once they are coming close. And yeah, BKB next, he's really gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah, especially the percentage-based damage reduction for Lifestealer is also very Luna favored, because of course, you know this, but I don't think chat does. feast only lifesteals based on how much of the damage you deal. So
Yep.
if half of the feast damage gets blocked, you only lifesteal half the value.
Yeah, it's really indicating as well on disruption that it's max health lifesteal possible. Not it's not a fixed amount.
And there's gonna be a 4-man smoke.
Its mortality.
This should be a deciding factor. And they have even a Warhead and Sweden Strong as well. Oh, they are so lucky on SIBE that it's only the Enchantress they found.
Yeah, they're gonna mostly got away scot-free with that actually, and that's a lot of space once again being generated for SIBE to get some of that much needed experience their way.
Yeah. They are actually doubling down on this Warhead action. Got the Blood Turn as well. As Sweden Strong just finished his Warhead too. It's gonna be, as we said, it's gonna be forcing out those defensive measures. Double Manta, both the Life Stealer and the Brewmaster as well, as the BKB on Rough. So it's just like 15k gold is gonna be forced out by 8k. Is definitely favoring 1-win as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I see that with the double Manta, double Radiance, they can push insanely fast. But 1-win, they're still the ones grouping up as a team, making those plays as they just have crap tons of damage available whenever they do hit somebody with the hook shot. And their Luna isn't gonna get instant lassoed. As over on the bot lane, there is some backup coming in for the Broodmother here, but everybody will be getting out, starting with, of course, the most important lifestealer kill. Speaking of Manta styles, though, Luna already got hers, so the Lunas are now also guaranteed to pretty much push out one lane.
Yeah, definitely. Luna is gonna be basically being a nuisance and all around the map, but I think this is gonna be a Roche take by 1-win. I think the potential is there to contest it, but they are just too far.
Yeah, as Roshan will be torn down quite fast with all of those spiders and the Bloodthorn to get you those like thousands of Bloodthorn damage. It's truly insane how much work that does on the Broodmother, at least for now, because eventually a lot of spiders will just die to, I don't know, Shivas plus Radiance, or the Bad Rider going in and fireflying all over the team fight. There's a lot of answers you have available for the Broodmother army in late game. Though I think that's why the idea of 1-win is to kind of play Dragon Knight as that second carry, as that super late game hero that he nowadays is kind of known as, while also making sure their Luna doesn't really overextend, doesn't commit to too many team fights after that one death on mid.
Yep, they are really gonna be making the DK turn into a second core. With it, they are not forcing it so far because Cloud is still enjoying the prime time of this Brewmaster, and he's gonna be really relevant. He's gonna stay relevant for the upcoming 10 minutes still. But after that, they are gonna be in need for additional semi-core, and it's gonna be definitely DK with the Axe and BKB.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also, with 2 of those tier 2 towers now fallen, Dragon Knight, he can start being really cancerous and just send some Dragon Knight illusions up the high ground and slowly but surely whittle away at those tier 3 towers. So SIBE, they need to take back the aggression here and realizing that they are gonna go for a deep smoke initiation from the looks of it, with the Infest Bomb loaded up into Ria's Bad Rider.
Let's see what they can have here.
Well, they'll catch themselves a Clockwork who actually did see the gang coming and put down some cogs, but couldn't quite hookshot out in time. And with the Brewmaster, they may want to go more. There's the Lunar Glaze preventing the lifesteal from really healing, and in comes that huge Eclipse, forcing out a BKB from the Bad Rider and leaving the Enchantress with some very low health. Looks like Enchantress is gonna be the only one to die for that, other than the Brewmaster. But that is 2 heroes for just the Clockwork, so still definitely not worth it for the side of SIBE.
Yeah, every team fight that is just occurring on the map is like always favoring 1-win in the end. just by one single number even. Yeah.
And that's, yeah, I was about to say that fun fact is actually, I think, one of the big reasons why, because Munkushi, he's not just picking the Luna because it's in the meta, it's actually one of his favorite heroes, and he has played her for 28 games with a 71% win rate, which is pretty insane, having a 71% win rate on a single hero throughout pro scene. But then again, that Luna is truly the strongest hero of the patch. So having a Luna spammer this patch just makes you a way stronger team, I guess.
Yeah, and we have seen him playing some other niche heroes so far as well, like the Ricky Moore, Sven. It's always good to have a player that can have a huge amount of hero pool.
I'm usually not a fan of the Sven in this patch particularly, but if OneWin pick a Sven, then they usually pick the type of heroes that go with the Sven, so that Sven isn't their only late game option. And, well, speaking of late game options, right now, as we're approaching the mid game, I think that OneWin's win rate is only gonna be looking better here, and I think that the double Radiance is such a large reason why, as Rubik will be caught. Just imagine if the Brewmaster had an Assault Curse instead of that second Radiance.
Yeah, it feels like, oh, it might be having something here.
Well, Lifestealer, he is gonna be fine even through the Bloodthorn, as a nice clip onto the Dragon Knight will leave him isolated on the high ground. And with that, maybe, just maybe, SIBE can take the team fight, as the Brooding still doing work, but Broodmother trying to keep the Gyrocopter safe will not quite succeed despite her best effort. That's a gem hitting the floor, and with that gem hitting the floor, they still need to get out of there. Cloud, he realizes that press BKB, as out comes a BKB from the Luna as well. Luna dishing out a lot of damage to Zenica, but Zenica is gonna be fine, whereas Cloud will be dying, giving away 1,000 gold, as in comes the Bat Rider chasing for more. Gets a super nice flame break. Re-up, he didn't really have any impact this game, but now it is there with the BKB. Luna manages to intentionally die with that Aegis, as in comes Clockwork, trying to get this team fight to end, as there's no more resources on OneWin. Luna trying for a very risky GP, but she realized there was no more stuns.
Oh, we were already harsh on SIBE and their potential team fight, but it really feels like once you have those prolonged type of fights, it's definitely gonna be favoring Team SIBE of the Primal Split, multiple Radiances, Death Rider as well.
Well, as long as they're able to protect their Lifestealer, I think that's the large reason why they won that last fight. Because Lifestealer was running in on the Luna, but he realized he couldn't quite kill her with the glaze and the damage, and like the damage he gets back being reduced. And then they made sure to rotate somebody else into the front line with Rhea taking over. And I think that was such an excellent play, because Lifestealer, he's your one position, and he's very far behind in gold, which I think he just realized the hard way. But as long as you're able to keep him safe, that doesn't mean that Lifestealer isn't still very good. And like you said, these really long, prolonged team fights.
Yeah, as you said, I love the statement that the Lifestealer might be suffering, but it's not like one of those other heroes like which are so farm dependent. You can still use the Lifestealer, because the Feast is a really pretty strong spell. It's still an ability like a passive ability, but it's still gonna be there even if you are like down for 5k compared to the enemy carrier, or just evening it up. Feast is always gonna be there, and they can always just keep applying it if he has the time in these prolonged fights to apply multiple right clicks, of course.
Oh yeah, for sure, because that's kind of the thing. I think the next team fight, everybody on OneWin is gonna save their BKBs to kind of start kiting around the Lifestealer, to kind of start getting away from that, well, not that huge yet, but definitely very tanky one position. Because Lifestealer, he does not mind frontlining as far as his own health goes. It's just that he could use a Desolator or something like that for some extra damage, or the MKB to prevent Luna from getting extra evasion, something like that.
Or maybe you can use an item that can still prolong the fight and delay it even more. An Axe, and he's gonna be purchasing that. to stay alive for an extra few seconds in this fight, being so annoying to get to kill this life stealer, because it's already as already the other heroes are annoying too. So it's not that easy to kill these SIBE heroes anymore.
Oh yes, for sure, especially with that lasso being threatened. So now Bad Rider gets out of there and one win. They would really like the aggression back. They are still in control of a lot of the map, but they would like to be able to push to start making more headway on SIBE's base, whereas SIBE, they're just getting those 2 Radiants to pay for themselves. Because while 2 Radiances, yeah, it is a huge way to lose a team fight, but it also means that 2 heroes are farming for free pretty much super fast here.
I didn't even think about the farming speed that they are gonna be having with the double radiance. No, I like that you pointed that out. That's a factor as well that we should be calculating with.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. It may yet stand.
Team SIBE. The previous fight was looking previous fight looked really promising. So if they can delay this fight, if they can prevent their heroes to die first, like blowing off the lifesteal like the last time when he got hookshotted Dragon Tail that immediately overheated. If they can avoid that, if they can see each other, then they have a really strong potential of taking this game. But let's see, this is gonna be a smoke coming out from one man.
They did carefully avoid the Enchantress to get a more valuable initiation. They will immediately be trying to get Rhea. They won't quite catch up to him, but they will set up the Rubik up for death. Rubik, however, did get saved by the lifesteal, at least for the time being. As in comes that homing missile, in comes the burst damage. That will be a Rubik, but only a support from that smoke gang. It does go to show that SIBE's heroes are extremely tanky if they're not all in one small corner taking those Luna Glaives to the face.
Yeah, it's just about time. They bought enough time that their heroes are now tanky enough that within the duration of one overhead, which is gonna be 5 seconds, it's not gonna be enough to kill off this. And they have the damage mitigation and the utilities as well, double manta and BKB too.
Whereas Bad Rider, once he gets that Aghanim Scepter especially, he's just gonna disable 2 heroes for such a long time during an entire team fight. And in the meantime, one win, they are wasting a lot of space and a lot of time waiting for Roshan to respawn, which is only gonna respawn in 40 seconds. However, the fact that they're still around this Roche pit is gonna force SIBE to kind of take a team fight here, which I think could get risky, but Bad Rider has a very good lifesteal jump prepared. Zenica for now just being baited out, as they now definitely think that Roshan is being contested, but they find a beautiful lasso onto Cloud. Cloud gets the BKB up, gets the Insatiable up, will be healing back though, and with the Dragon Knight, they will take out that re-up core Bad Rider to remove any additional Firefly damage from the team fight, though it is gonna cost in Cloud eventually. Rubik dies for that, and Brewmaster and Lifesteal, they have a lot of work to do turning this fight around now, as so he dies in the backline, and there is still that Luna ultimate going through all the Manta Style illusions in no time, forcing the Lifesteal to reveal that Aghanim Scepter on the Luna for the disarm, but that's only gonna buy him some time, as Brewmaster may be able to walk away there, but Self-Hate, can you? Well, with the Bloodthorn coming out, definitely not.
Oh, this was such a long fight. You keeping up with the narration, it was a pleasure watching it. It really felt like that we were. It really feels like that we were like developing this line of thought that the prolonged fights are gonna be favoring SIBE, but if you are positioning correctly, if you can play around, try these heroes around, then one can be successful. And here we are.
They still tried. I appreciate that the Lifestealer and the Brewmaster still tried, but they miscommunicated when the Brewmaster suddenly ran away, where they should have instead let the Lifestealer run away and have the Brewmaster be the one kind of sacrificing himself. I think that was the biggest mistake towards the end there, because even if you can turn these prolonged fights, all they needed to do there was prevent the Roshan from happening, right? If they just prevent a Roshan from being taken by one win, and then they can go for another Roshan fight with another, like, 2-man lasso and another Lifestealer Aghanim's reveal, it would have been huge.
Yeah, but this time it didn't really turn out to be favoring SIBE. As 5k lead is still not the end of the world, so potential for comeback is definitely there. The Yinso might be caught. Oh, it's gonna be fine.
Regeneration.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5,000 gold lead for the Luna draft, which isn't that much yet, but you gotta keep in mind that 1win do kind of have an extra carry in the sense that all 3 of their heroes scale late.
Yeah, now, and even Sweden Strong is like developing himself to be an extra semi-carry with the overhead and the overclock. Once he gets his hands on a Rubik, for example, he might be killing him off solo.
Oh yeah, for sure, although SIBE, they're still very much trying to control as much of the map as they can and making sure that they don't lose all of the farming speed. So whenever the game slows down like this, they're not falling behind that much in money, but a Tormentor steal is gonna still be a huge little advantage for the side of 1win.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. No
Yeah, taking that Tormentor, stealing from the enemies, definitely gonna be useful. Cloud got the shard, so a bit of an increased duration.
middle tower.
He's gonna be right-clicking even better.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah, he can definitely use this damage if he ever wants to win the right-click battle against Self-Hate again. Though Self-Hate is now, speaking of right-click battles, also looking to pick up a Skull Basher. However, they need to defend their base as over on that top lane. It's gonna be a tier 3 tower, pretty much just falling for free, or is it? As the lasso is attempted, the real Luna will be caught by it after the Manta Style. Dragon Knight has to jump forward, saving the Luna. Luna, however, gets a beautiful ultimate off across everybody, forcing them back, dealing with the Brewlings, as there is that Sweden Strong semi-carry initiation. Lifestealer, however, will kill us Sweden Strong for that, as it's not quite the trade they wanted here on the side of 1win. 1win, though, hitting a lot of racks, still doing damage with their Luna, as Brewmaster will respawn, and Luna will finally lose that Aegis. Brewmaster has to run for his life now. Cloud getting taken low health, but they did finish the barrack they came for. Barracks for an Aegis could be a lot worse with a support for support trade as they get the Rubik bonus kill. And then Luna just walks away like nothing ever happened.
Oh, and such nice disengagement coming fast from 1win. I love how disciplined they were, not really chasing under the tier 4 tower, even if there was a potential with the clockwork present and the DK as well. They are playing pretty disciplined. I think this is the factor that was missing from 1win so far, which was separating them from victory here in game number 1.
Yes, I definitely agree. Even 2 Manta Style plus Radiance heroes aren't gonna be enough to catch you up in terms of gold when now these tier 3s are pretty much just open for business. Batrider goes for another lasso BKB initiation, and it will be enough to kill off Cloud, forcing Tira Jr. to just kind of back out once again. He will be pressing the ultimate in order to get up that high ground and leave the Brewmaster stunned, but Batrider is still trying to catch up to him, so Tira Jr. just BKB teleport out. Dragon Blood overpowered, he says, but that's still a free Brood Mother kill, pretty much given away for just a little bit of tower damage.
Can they get more though? There is amplified damage from in the river. Maybe they can find some place around the map. There used to be a bug where if you infest, they just wander off.
Oh, you're not going to bed?
Yeah, Rehab just gets meat grinded by that Luna with the glaives orbiting around her as Batrider. Where is he now to stop this Dragon Knight? Well, he is dead and he does not want to buy back, but him not buybacking, coming back in immediately will cost the team fight, as now their Lifestealer is left isolated with both of the supports just dying almost instantaneously as Lifestealer gets taken down by the Luna. And it's like we saw earlier on the fact this Luna from Unkushi is just insane.
Absolutely insane, and they really tried on Team SIBE. They got the amplified damage rune, but I was about to note out that there is still the bug is still in the game where you get a rune on the lifesteal and immediately messing up on that. You are losing the power of that rune, and even that was pretty unfortunate.
Oh, that's actually very bad luck. Yes, as a 2-man lasso comes out. Shira Jr. though surviving through it, whereas Brewmaster, he just gets silenced. silenced and pushed in the corner as GG gets called with the Luna starting to work on those tier 3 towers.
One win in the end. They proved to be the stronger team in this game number 1. With a slightly bit of a better draft, I believe we can both agree. It is actually absolutely deserved victory for 1 win. In the end, they were like they were stopping. They stopped making such mistakes where they have been caught off unguarded, and they started moving as a unit and realized that if they move as a unit, they might be actually unstoppable.
Oh yes, for sure. The coordination was great from one win. And at some point, they also just kind of started expecting Riav's lassos and kept a safe or two ready for every time that Bad Rider was about to BKB lasso. They would have their Sweden Strong Clockwork jump in or the Dragon Knight blink forward and try to go for a stun to keep damage away from whoever gets lassoed. As yeah, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are gonna go to just a little bit of a break here, as we are gonna see whether one win are just gonna keep winning against SIBE like they have done in the past, or whether SIBE can actually get a very nice kind of comeback here into our grand finals, as the European Pro League is just getting started. It is, after all, a best of 5 tournament. We will.
Oh, they're making the play out onto mid. Hara has the turnaround ability, pops the ultimate, and CML is the Bash God from Faceless Void with an amplified damager. Now underneath that tier 2 tower, they're covering him top as well, but it's a double kill for Question Mark. And Execration is kind of falling apart for them because has found a little bit more. It's Shanks on the Enchantress. The deer running away from the prey, and in the past worked to get them out of situations like this, and it is the huge stick that is going to get used onto the face of the point, but this is a huge CM ultimate. Insanity, he's going to time lock out of there, but again, they have the charge, they have the damage, he's rooted up, he is dead. No buyback for your Morphling.
You go for your first item, then you disassemble. Some Spirit Horns
up in mid. Yeah, they got the Ninja Prophet.
Cater the jump in from the RC either way.
The Torrent mid, they're TPing in a couple of heroes. Question Mark walking forward. They have the overcharge going through now, and Lewis overstayed his welcome. The right clicks coming through for Question Mark, getting the onto the IO, but he's dead now, and M has to get out of here. Can he armlet toggle himself out of this one? Well, he armlet toggles himself once, armlet toggles himself twice with the rage. Is he gonna TP out? He keeps armlet toggling. He's gonna get out of here. No, the Lucid Beam finally enough. Unleash coming in. MDR has the BKB finished up in Insanity. The next one on the chopping block. Execration chased down this boy for too long.
Outside of the storm, they need the backup of the supports here to clear.
Why?
Why?
A lot of danger. They missed the initial Illuminate. Ori, he's in a zip bit. FY does go down, and now the Avalanche. Would be able to quite reach him in time, I don't think. Oh, they do. Supreme gets him. Stampede's going to allow Ori to get away, though, but Force, he does jump in. Missing out on the onslaught, however. Lowe's going to go right onto Bengen. They'll try after the Pugna first. Meanwhile, Buck is dropping very, very low on the Centaur. Buck is gone. So is Ori. Lowe is trying to run. Lowe should be okay, but the chase continues. He's got to infest onto Tianming. Tianming gets caught, though. Tianming's down. The silence is out. Lowe's been caught to boot. 4 down for the side of Azure. They need to blow this man up. The thing is, he has a BKB up now, and Supreme, he's gonna see him. The BKB is there in time. They could not blow up the Keeper. Low now, he's in a very awkward position. They'll just hold him down and just smash him with Force. Oh, it was a nice idea, but they didn't see the BKB. Tianming also caught, tossed away onto FY. He's down.
And again, you're having a great time. They are starting to apply a little bit of pressure onto Force, but
Bottom lane, Jianming gonna find himself in danger. Couple Shadow Poison stacks, but not quite enough. Now Force the one in danger. Low will turn. Force, heal up just a little bit. One more hit, the uproar. Oh, Low, he's got it. Like Narman now. Needs to run. The chase is on. Low should have him. Frostbite will be there. Narman trying to juke out as best as humanly possible. Actually takes down Tianming on the way out. Still, they continue the chase. Keep in mind, Black Hole and Blink is up on Buck. He has the chance. They'll go for the fight. FY, that's a very nice Cox. But where's the follow-up to it? I don't see it yet, FY. He's going to go down low, trying to move in. So is Buck. But Buck gets caught. Buck gets caught. Buck is down.
He has that figure out the clock.
But they've got FY, so they do get a bit of a consolation prize, I think, that the rotations are incoming here from Tianming. They will bring Low along with him, along with Ori and Bach. Everyone rotating after Copy, though Copy is still just outrunning them now. More rotation.
So do we?
Now it's a prep to defend this tier 1 mid tower. They are not willing to let this one go. He was going to show up to boot. They'll pop the Moonlight Shadow. Copy's going to jump right in onto Ori. Arrow will connect to follow up with the Dragon Tail Sun, and Ori has been deleted. A very nice start from Nouns. Now they'll jump in onto Bark. Bark being completely controlled up by Gunner. Gunner not able to finish off the jump. In fact, Gunner gets destroyed here by FY and Bark. Still Copy, still trying to move in, does find FY, takes down the techies. Bark though moving right back onto the Dragon Knight will take him down. A very decent kind of fight here by Azure. The Wolves will scared. I don't know. They're going to see Yuma. That is a big, big target. He has a BKB up, but the rush is there. Bark, he's going to pop the Lycan form. They just jump the Gyrocopter immediately. The BKB finally going to come off. Do they have the damage? Bark is chasing Yuma down. Yuma in huge trouble. But Creeps as well, just following him down. The Gyrocopter still trying to get his way out, but Bark's got him. Bark has got him. Ori, though, may go down, but it's going to be a great fight for Azure. They are cleaning up. Now it's wrapping around the long way underneath their own vision. Low, he's going to run right into them. Low, he'll force stuff away for now, but they've got the control. The draw is gone. FY will follow. Down chasing for a little bit more. Azure just running as fast as they possibly can. Tianming trying to set up the mine traps here up against Gunner. Tianming still trying to get through the Twin Gates. Will make it out. But Gunner is on the chase. He wants more. So I don't know if it's well advised, Gunner. There's a lot of mines around that area, sir. The BKB will save for now, but Gunner may have just got a bit too far. More than happy to jump in. A smoke on smoke. Right into that Radiant Triangle. Copy's going to be scouted out, but he's got help right behind him. FY's going to jump in, but the Yule set for in fact the Wind Waker. Copy's going to be just fine, and now the two-man stun. Gunner, what an initiation. They found Low again. Low's trying to run. He'll run towards the west of the map. He'll have to just fight back now, but he is trapped on his own glacier. Copy will take him down. How do you fight this one as Azure? The answer is you don't. There goes FY. Bark's going to try and run. Copy will take down Tianming. And Bark, he'll continue trying to run as a wolf. But the homing missile will follow him all the way up. The wolf form about to wear off. He's forced to pop his BKB to run.
Maybe he didn't have the trick. He knows he's son.
Tianming has no choice here, John. Tianming's in big trouble. Tianming being jumped here by Gunner. And Gunner, he will have his way with him for the first time. Meanwhile, FY trying to make a jump in onto the Gyrocopter. But Yuma will pop his BKB, so he should be just fine for now. The rest of Azure looking to back off because Gunner's a big, big boy, but here comes Bark. Bark wants to go for the fight. He's on the Doom, and Bark is gone, or rather, Gunner is gone. Yuma, he has no BKB, he's going to be very cautious. Meanwhile, Copy, he's just frontlining for his team. Yuma's going to jump right back in, trying to go after Tianming. The Tianming's fine. Bark's the target now. Bark will run his way out. Gunner, he's brought back. He'll go after FY. The Scythe of Vice back in onto the Tiny, but it seems as though Nouns have run out of steam. They need to get the hell out of there. Yuma's in trouble. Yuma's going to try and man up through this. Tianming to jump back in. Yuma, he'll go after Low, and Low is gone. Uh-oh. A 5v3 scenario, Nouns. They have got a huge advantage. They should be able to get a higher ground, but there are still mines. Low's got buyback once again as well, by the way.
And this is the opening they're looking for on now. It's forces buyback on Low. Just go right back in. All these mirror shields on both sides are just causing numerous issues in trying to get that instantaneous lockdown they both need. I do like that Tianming knows the assignment. He has a Pirate's Hat of his own. It's just still a level away from 25. You need to hit that point before it's really relevant. And as you mentioned, just the mines here. They could go for Roche on now and want to... They've already forced 2 buybacks. They just need to find the diebacks at this point.
FY, back is there. Copy. Nullifier, it's going to cancel off the Wind Wave. Copy is getting blown up. FY, he will drop Copy. He's saved by the disruption. He will be able to chain his way out. As Bark is going to go after Fly now on the Crystal Maiden. Fly dropping very, very low. They're still alive, and Bark does take him down and just rushes his way out of there.
Eventually he'll be here. I know.
Why can't we have Ags? Why can't we have Agan enjoying the game?
Maybe we see Ags again in the next chapter of Groundfall. Oh, wait, whoa, a siege?
He got a range Rax. Run Low. You're the hero we need, but didn't deserve. Get out of there, sir.
He actually he took a rest ahead of now.
Lelis. Oh, they caught him. They see low. Oh, the jump is there low. Oh, it may not have been worth it.
There is a smoke out. Boom. Might be able to take the follow-up fight.
They could make it. I mean, Sacred, he could just jump right in. It's too late, though. The Aegis is taken. They're still looking for the fight. Sacred, he could go for a bigger avalanche. He will find 3-man avalanche, tossing Arme back. They want that Aegis down immediately, though. Sacred might have to give his life away for it, and does. Meanwhile, Q, a 2-man rebound. He'll take down Knight and Panda. Slide him. He'll pop the Rolling Thunder now. Meanwhile, Picar's on the high ground trying to survive, but he's almost out of mana in the Fiend's grip. It's going to hold down the Rolling Thunder. Picar needs to run. He's completely out of mana, and he is down.
Kill. Telekinesis clips him. Toss, though, he was close enough, and GH taking a lot of damage from Eidolons as well as this egg. They'll get the kill. Oh, Miero's in with the Black Hole on 2. Eidolons again with this Black Dragon, and the disruption's just there for a split-second save. Is it going to be enough? Avalanche comes through from save from this cliff, assassinating Sumail from a distance.
And another one.
Oh no, Arteezy? They got Kittrack, but Arteezy's able to make it towards this camp.
He wants pictures of him real bad.
Oh, they're making the play out onto mid. Hara has the turnaround ability, pumps the ultimate, and CML is the Bash God from Faceless Void with an amplified damager. Now underneath that tier 2 tower, they're covering him top as well. But it's a double kill for Question Mark. And Execration is kind of falling apart for them because has found a little bit more. It's Shanks on the Enchantress. The deer running away from the prey, and in the past worked to get them out of situations like this. And it is the huge stick that is going to get used onto the face of point, but this is a huge CM ultimate. Insanity, he's going to time on out of there, but again, they have the charge, they have the damage, he's worded up, he is dead. No buyback for your Morphling.
You go for your first item, then you disassemble. From Spirit Horn.
In mid. Yeah, they got the Ninja Prophet.
Cater the jump in from the Mars.
Well, they have the Torrent mid. They're TPing in a couple of heroes. Question Mark blocking forward. They have the overcharge going through now, and Lewis
They just didn't have enough from their bad rider mid lane. Let's be real here, Dragon Knight is just such an annoying hero with infinite sustain built in pretty much that, yeah, you can't just expect to outlane him with a counter anymore. So here, what do you think this Pangolier will bring, which I can very much see have a similar game to the Dragon Knight last game, if Chira same.
Pangolier for Chira Jr. He had played this hero so far against Monty, where they were crowned victorious. I think the same applies to him as well as to Self-Hate. On the other team, the Chira Jr. is very versatile. He has many heroes that he can confidently pick up. And Pangolier, once again, like the Luna or the Brewmaster, is like a first phase hero who can never go wrong. Because in the first case scenario, a player called Lace in EPL likes to play it on the offlane as well. So even we might be having an offlane Pangolier.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that next, because one win, they do play it in both the off lane and the mid lane position, right? But I do like one wins one position here, because this time around they're saying, you know what, screw this, the SIBE, they really like lifesteals, they really like those melee in your face kind of skull basher picks, so they will go with one of them themselves. Gonna be that lifestealer just threatening so much damage right now.
Yeah, once again we see the lifestealer being present, and Phoenix, which is quite interesting, into the Rubik. What do you think about this?
Well, honestly, we don't see the Phoenix enough that I know whether this hero is still good enough at all. Because, yeah, like you said, into the Rubik, either the Phoenix is good and you give him a ton of steals, or the Phoenix is bad and he has a bad game here. Though, I think one thing is huge, and that is that there isn't an egg hitter yet. There isn't any good egg hitters yet. Sure, you can work down the Phoenix egg with the Brewlings, but while that's happening, as long as Lifestealer protects the egg, it can go off. So I do like that the Phoenix ultimate brings a lot of chaos and a lot of teamfight potential to the table here, if nothing else.
Yeah, definitely opening up the team fight potential, and I can already see this happening. How they are protecting the egg, the cooldown being there, slowing people, the rolling thunder being annoying as well. Now that's a good. Now that's a really good pick. And Treant Protector and Weaver used to be like a great laning duo, and I'm already fearing. I don't really feel like one win is gonna be running the Pangori on the offlane because this is definitely a very strong offlane from
You
Team
have
SIBE.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, I
You have
like what
5 seconds
Draft is
left.
coming together here and trying to throw open Pro Tracker as well, because SIBE, they do have their 3 signature picks, which are in order: Ricky, Weaver,
Dire
and
team
followed by
ban.
pretty much the Juggernaut. But Juggernaut, he doesn't really see any play this patch, as I don't think he's just strong enough at all that people really go spamming him.
Yeah, Juggernaut not really that good anymore ever since the nerf to the crit and and the healing
You
ward as
have
well.
10
It was
seconds
basically
left.
like a joke, to be honest. SIBE
You have
on both
5
no,
seconds left.
actually on one win we are missing an offlaner, but it's gonna
Radiant
be
team
them
ban.
last picking. SIBE though, they need a mid laner that can create those situations. I was about to say Cardo, but Cardo just got banned. I think SIBE they need
Radiant
a
team.
core that can
Dire
create.
team
Oh,
ban.
never mind. I'm surprised. I was completely thinking thinking about something else.
I mean, they're all inning on this Weaver tempo now, right? With like a mid lane Pugna, I think, to bring that tower push and extra aggression.
You have
I'm not
10
sure if they have
seconds
enough
left.
Phoenix answers this way. I think they could just get away with
You
way
have
too
5
many
seconds left.
huge eggs here. Also, we got a sub, so I am gonna thank Aitan Sylph for the sub. I hope I didn't completely
Choose your
butcher
hero.
that name, but I do always appreciate people supporting the EPL. As the last pick, oh boy, it's gonna be Chira Jr. playing a mid lane Templar Assassin instead. Well, that makes for 2 really good accurates for 1 win, if nothing else, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting how the tendency on both of these teams are completely different. One being, going for those strategies that are currently written in the book called meta, picking up the life stealer, gyrocopters, Pangolier, all of those boring in meta stuff. On CB, they are like we have beaten one win before this tournament. Maybe we have to bring out something unexpected, like the rough Batrider mid. This time we have a very fragile lineup, but if we execute them correctly, if they play around correctly when it comes to their spells, they can make this happen. And as you said, they got a nice tempo. Pugna with the tower damage. Weaver is gonna be there as well with one major item, and it's gonna be really really fun for sure.
Yeah, the win rate here says that 1 win have really good odds until after 27, 28 minutes, where this Weaver comes online, actually. As I have done a bit of Googling myself, because this Riav mid lane Pugna just threw me off so much. As mid lane Pugna, it does actually have a positive win rate throughout this current patch, which I think is only because when we see mid lane Pugna picked, it's gonna be as a last pick, right?
Yeah, I don't really feel like any other uh, proper phase would be suitable for the Pugna.
Yeah, well, as for the Brewmaster, at least this game around, SIBE aren't gonna have any double Radiance issues. And I think the Radiance is still very much a great item here against Chira Jr. with the refractions. And Templar Assassin can very much get punished by the constant magical damage output from that Brewmaster.
I'm really surprised because I'm doing some research right now about this Pugna, and I don't really see a rough picking up this hero, like never ever. It's not even
Are you ready?
in his professional playbook. I'm looking at the pop profile. Neither on I cannot find on neither that as well. It's gonna be really interesting how this Pugna is gonna be played this time. It kind of got its similarities with the Keeper of the Light.
It kind of does, though it is a lot more tempo dependent, if I'm not mistaken, because Keeper of the Light, he farms extremely fast, so he can catch up in that way.
Yeah. Oh, we might be having some fights here.
Yeah, it looks like the initiation will be tanked by Sunset, though Sunset still fine through all of that thanks to a great lead sheet from Zoe, giving maximum value as Chira Jr. getting lower and lower. The extra little parry fire not enough to protect him with one more Nether Blast from the Pugna. And now SIBE, they want more. They are known for their aggression here and would like every kill they can get. It's gonna be a 2-for-2 by the end of it, which OneWin are still continuing to fight. They would really love to kill off Rehab as well. Though Swedenstrong instead gets surrounded with another leech seed, and they cannot dive this tower or Treant Protector may die, but thanks to that leech seed he is gonna be okay as Rehab taken down by Respect. So both the kill and the gold advantage go right back to OneWin. That's kind of sour after they ended up turning that around so well to get themselves the first blood.
Have fun by Cloud. That's the last time I've seen such dosage of I don't know, like
BM,
fun.
straight up BM.
Yeah, BM and fun. It was in North America back then.
Yeah, I love the Americas just because people talk a lot more, they flame a lot more over on the American servers, right? Whereas here, OneWin, I mean, I love that Weaver voice line, thought you had me, didn't you? Because he almost was the first blood in fact, and he barely got away to the backlines of his team and was fucking alive again.
I really loved how both of these teams were relying on their area damage, convinced that they have the superior abilities over the other team. But I mean, it turned out to be just a bit favoring OneWin, just one kill.
Yeah, more so the XP though that they take into the laning stage being bigger is where they really get a main advantage from during those first 2 or 3 levels, where Zeneca currently not really feeling this offlane just yet. Even though Sunset Rubik, he is a very popular support this patch, he is a very strong laner and an absolute lane dominator. So usually you expect Rubik to have a very good lane, but against the Zeneca Brewmaster, with the Zeneca Brewmaster, I mean against Lifesteer, that's harder said than done. Yeah, Sunset, he gets zoned out by the Phoenix completely, though at least they get some good damage in on Munkushi. Munkushi with the Feast can very much punish the Brew still.
I love how Respect so far is really trying to expand his skills and apply as much pressure as possible. He even blocked out the camp. He's doing a lot of work to buy enough time for Mankushi, because in the early levels you are pretty much favoring the Brewmaster. I think the Drunken Brawler on level 1 and the Cider Brew on level 1 as well just really strong. It's not scaling that well, that's why it's pretty strong on level 1. So far it's a tough one for OneWin, but if they can buy enough time till level 5 or level 6, then it's gonna be them controlling the lane, as you said.
Yeah, Lifesteer, he doesn't have a bad matchup against the Brewmaster at all once you get, like you just mentioned, past that really annoying Drunk Brawler, whereas over on the mid lane, Pugna is actually absolutely controlling and dominating TA in regards to last hits. Because of course, with that Nether Blast and that ton of damage that he can crap out, it's actually very impressive how Pugna can just contain all the last hits. Like, Templar doesn't even get to contest them. Because every time a creep is low, that Templar would like to deny, Pugna just Nether Blast that down, or Nether Blast the tower and the Templar Assassin instead. As Rehab, he will have one creep denied there against him now that I cast the Cursed him. But he's still tearing down that mid tower, while also just outlasting the Templar Assassin, which is a really impressive performance from the mid lane Pugna, and I can see why they picked for him here.
Yeah, Pugna, it's been always a good hero to punish these right clickers, like for example the TA. So he's doing so good so far, but when it comes to scaling, you would generally favor the TA. So that's why the time is ticking, and you have to be making some plays with this Pugna as soon as possible.
Sunset gets ran down now by a Lifestealer. Once again, and that's what I mean, the Lifestealer, once he gets to walk at somebody like that, now that he has level 3 at least, he's gonna be back to full health again. So this top lane, it's gonna go the way of OneWin. Whereas offlane is still very 50-50 though. With Sohi just doing so much good work with those lead seeds. Treant Protector, we don't really see that hero a lot, but seeing him on a player like Sohi who loves every bit of early aggression or every bit of tempo that his draft allows him to have is just very impressive here.
Yeah, I feel the same about the Treant Protector. I think it's very underappreciated. It had its nice times like 3 or 4 years ago around TI. Ever since that, it was just falling off. I don't really know what the reason might be behind it. Maybe the living armor is not as good as it used to be. I don't know.
Yeah, well, for one, the Treant Protector, he depends a lot more on his ultimate now, with the living armor being a bit weaker. So you do need that level 6 actually, and you do need a shard. That's kind of why nobody plays him anymore. Because a lot of great supports come online at level 3 and don't stop being online until the late game. Like that Gyrocopter we see played a lot. So yeah, it makes sense why we don't see that Treant Protector that often. But so if he gets his level 6 and an Aghanim shard, he is gonna be an absolute monster.
Yeah, it doesn't really need any minor or major items to be relevant. Just picking up the shard and maybe a potential blink or some damage mitigation utility items might be the potential play here.
Because yeah, I think the Treant ultimates during the team fights are just such an important factor. If you can press a good entangle right after the Lifesteal presses his root, he will still be held down. It does pierce magic immunity, of course. Whereas the Brewmaster, he's still very much waiting for his split and not having the best of lanes, as he won't even get that courier there.
Oh, he's gonna be missing out on the rune 2. Respect is gonna be taking it.
Radiant structures are fortified. The stream tells us.
Yeah, what
Self-hate,
if,
meanwhile. This Weaver is so farmed already, but over on mid lane, Shira Jr., who has been farming okay under the circumstances, will almost go down to a gank. Sweden Strong comes in time, kind of keep the Templar Assassin safe here, and with that, the mid lane isn't gonna turn disastrous yet for the side of one win.
Not yet, but the amount of pressure that they were successfully applied on this mid-tier 1 tower is gonna be paying off as they take it down in 6 minutes actually. I love how they played around the siege creep as well, decrepifying it constantly.
Alright, that's gonna be a 1000 lead for SIBE now, with some very nice farming space being taken away from Templar Assassin and being handed pretty much to their Weaver at Self-Hate. I know he can't leave the lane yet, and Self-Hate needs to kind of keep harassing Cloud for a while longer. But at some point, Self-Hate will be able to invade the enemy jungle and just start farming there as well now, with that mid tower already kind of being out of the way. So in that sense, the Riaf Pugna definitely pays for itself, but you are gonna have to keep pushing and, you know, kind of double down on the aggression here in order to make sure this Weaver doesn't just come online, but then he stays online. Before Chira Jr. comes out of the jungle and is like, hello guys, I got a Blink Dagger, I got a Desolator, who wants to play?
Yeah, but I just feel like I have this feeling that it's really tough to balance out the farming and appearing in the team fights as well when it comes to this Weaver. Cloud is being a bit bullied, but he's gonna be just fine.
Well, Sunset meanwhile has to teleport out as Lifestealer. Just so annoying because most importantly he ignores all of the harass and manages to usually survive through anything the enemy can throw at him. Which is why I'm asking myself, how are SIBE gonna kill this Lifestealer other than with the Weaver? Because that's currently their main approach, right? Throwing some bugs onto somebody and having Weaver just right-click them for tons and tons of damage.
Yeah, this time it really feels like the answer is not really there for addressing the Lifestealer. Maybe guiding him around properly, then even then, if he's gonna be successful, then the TA is gonna be the second problem, the egg is gonna be the third problem, the Bankolier being present is gonna be the fourth problem. So it's really tough to prioritize for SIBE what to do in this team fights.
Yeah, as Well, I mean, SIBE, they are out farming, so if they can just keep their Weaver free farming, I think that's the easiest way that they can grab a hold of this laning stage, that they can kind of take back charge, because of course, it is the grand finals. We're both very much hyped to see this one go long and kind of turn into a very, you know, back and forth kind of game.
Zenitsa being aggressive on respect. We got every utility to get away, it seems like.
He got the split if he wants to use it. Maybe he's debating whether to split or not here, as Munkushi now gets ran down by the entire enemy team, but he will immediately use the rage, still trying to run out, and look at that escape with the Phoenix, as they are expecting that primal split. Respect though. Yeah, I kind of expected that one. As Munkushi runs out, raging once again, trying to get away alive, but nope, says the Brewmaster, still in his primal split, and now the primal split ends after Zeneca just gets his team the perfect comeback there. There is their answer to the Life Stealer, although he almost got away with it too.
That was a bit of a misplay from Respect in my belief, because using the Sunray TP out type of shenanigan was pretty much present. For some reason he was panicking and immediately used the TP instead. Can they punish these heroes on top? Rough Rocket is gonna be hitting him.
Yeah, the Pugna is gonna be in a lot of trouble with that call down being pressed for him as well, but Rehab, he manages to dodge it perfect, and what a play once again from SIBE, who are just firmly remaining in charge of this map. Even though the Gyrocopter does survive with just a sliver of HP there and gets himself away and the brink of death. Sweden strong, he is still kind of surviving through everything here and keeping himself alive as best he can.
It's looking good for SIBE so far. They are doing well, but my problem is that sooner or later some of these 1-win heroes are gonna be capable of fighting. Just look at the TA, for example.
Yeah, the TA is the hero I'm actually really scared of, because you know me, or well, maybe you don't, but I always want the games to go as back and forth as possible, so I want this to go all the way to game number 5, right? It is the grand finals after all. But over on the bottom lane, Pangolier is gonna get tower dived by Selfhate, will be killed off as Sweden Strong, taking more and more damage to the face. Sweden Strong ticking down as in comes Tira Jr. testing out his damage on the Rubik and going for one very easy support kill, as Selfhate still running away from the Templar Assassin, but with the Templar Assassin wanting to hunt and spotting a Treant Protector in the trap, Tira Jr. just barely can't catch up to him just yet.
Yeah, they don't really have the utilities so far to catch up to that.
As we were just
SIBE.
talking about the Templar Assassin being scary though, she kind of shows off exactly why Armor Reduction and a Blink Dagger are all you really need to stay support.
Yeah, you really need those early items to shut down the type of plays that SIBE is making. Even the Midas purchased by the live series pretty much indicating that he wants to fight. He needs a substitute for the farm that he just cannot get. That's why he's getting the Midas. Many people like, oh, Zenitsa?
Oh yeah, it looks like there is gonna be another kill, as he does not have mana for the primal split and will just be chain stunned in a double cooldown. But look at that nice deal from Sunset. Sunset completely turning the fight around with a stolen Rolling Thunder there on his Rubik. As now Chira Jr. has to escape with the Blink Dagger, will be able to do so at least once. Chira Jr. still on the way out of there, but Zeneca very much catching up and will find the Pangolier instead of the Templar Assassin. Pangolier manages to get away for the time being, but Phoenix comes in for the reinitiation. So does the Life Stealer, making use of the creeps being aggroed and the confusion kind of disguise himself, as that will be a Treant Protector dying. That will be the Phoenix Egg used, and Rubik, he's trying to teleport away, but even with that swashbuckle steal, he's not gonna live for long.
These were the defensive measures that 1-win is capable of executing. It really feels like now that I realize nothing is forcing them to make plays around the map. The time is ticking for Team SIBE. They are gonna be making some of these mistakes, if they are gonna be, because they have to be on the aggressive side, and on 1-win you can just prepare for these defenses and execute them properly. Then it's gonna be not a free game, but definitely a one that is favoring you in the end.
For sure, as Well, the late game is what SIBE are scared of, since the Lifestealer, well, he's still behind, and so is the Pangolier. Ours is slowly catching up to Pugna. And Pugna, well, we talked about the draft, how Pugna can't farm as fast from behind like a Keeper of the Light can. Well, he makes up for that by farming a lot faster when he is ahead of everybody actually and got some stacks to boast. So Pugna's still sitting on top of net worth, but it's only a matter of time till Templar Assassin kind of catches up to that.
Yep, pretty much agreed. As the IB getting a kill on Mankushi on top.
Munkushi, he's just asking for a high five and they don't respect the high five. Oh, that's just rude. You gotta respect those high fives. They're the most important button in Dota.
And he's even all chatting classic Mankushi. Got the Midas up, so
Sweden strong, teleports out in time as Salpate wants to go for that kill, but while that is happening, Riyab gets another huge kill onto the Pangoliers. Pangolier very susceptible to Nether Blast actually.
3k lead for Team SIBE, still looking okay-ish, but I constantly cannot stop reminding ourselves that the time is ticking by for Team SIBE. That's the feeling that I'm having. Maybe they can make some of those tier 2 pressure on the bottom lane after the siege creeps are spawning.
There is people brought in to defend immediately, but every Nether Blast on the tower is some progress. As Gyrocopter will be found with the lift and the Decrepify. He goes for a nice call down, but it's not gonna be enough to save him as Rubik just takes all of his spells and uses them against him, while the tier 2 tower, 1 or 2 more Nether Blasts are gonna do it to kill him off.
Dire's bottom tower is no more. Radiant's middle tower is losing its foundation.
I mean, it's a pre-tier 2, although it was a bit of a clunky one and they only got the Lifestealer in exchange for all of that farming space being generated by 1 win. Maybe if they go for a good team fight, they can turn this into Rex still, as at least one lane of Rex is exposed just 16 minutes into the game. Because yeah, like I said, time is running out and the Pugna just needs to find more opportunities to be very aggressive and in your face.
Yeah, Team SIBE, they have to be making those plays according to that. I think Roshan should be on an objective soon now that you took the tier 2 tower on bottom in an early fashion.
Well, 5,000 gold lead for the side of SIBE. As
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
well, Templar Assassin is still just farming. Do you think after the Desolator that's gonna be when Chira Jr. decides, you know what, it's hunting time, it's killing time, as he has already committed into teamfight very early on.
He was really expecting the Bling Dagger to be enabling him to make those plays. Something aggressive that you are picking up when you are having like a tough time finding kills with your team. It didn't really turn out to be in favoring him. Maybe now with the Desolator he can make those fights run, but I think farming, just by farming, 1 win might just win the game. And playing on the defensive side, let's see, Sweden strong.
As well, that will be the Gyrocopter taken pretty much for free for the time being, as Pangolier looking to go for another great Rolling Thunder. This time around he made sure to shield crash mid Rolling Thunder so Ruby can't steal it, but look at all the cores going down in the backline as only Munkushi is left and he will rage teleport out. Can he even lift? Yes he can. Still 7,000 gold lead and a second tier 2 tower going the way of SIBE here, as it looks like this finale may still be a 1-1 with the Pugna and the Weaver now starting to do so much work.
Oh, 1 win. You are really struggling in that team fight and it might just open up Roche. Yep. Self-hate is definitely approaching the pit.
Yeah, with Sulfate having so much damage, it should be a very easy Roshan, because the Pugna, of course, also just helps you out a ton with that life drain damage.
Yep, it should be a secured one. Even if one win, would love to get there. They are just too far. The heroes are just respawning. It's gonna be self-hate claiming the Aegis, and they can start moving on to the last outstanding tier 2 tower, it seems like.
Yeah, after all, the moment they lose the aggression, they lose that really big lead that they have going on right now in its entirety. That's when the scaling is gonna go pretty against them here. So they need to be very careful from the looks of it. With the Templar Assassin still not having a Desolator, with the Lifestealer also just not really popping up and becoming that huge 1v5 carry just yet.
Yeah, not yet. They need to buy some additional time for that. Certainly on the side of one win.
Whereas, well, Brewmaster, he's gonna go for the Boots of Travel. So with the Radiance and the Boots of Travel, his farming speed is gonna be even more ridiculous. And he is only gonna get a bigger lead as the game goes on here. Lifestealer, sure, he's a 1 position, but he already has a slightly delayed Radiance timing, so they need these kills. Pugna being a great one to start with, although they do commit the Treant Protector ultimate, all just for the first life, and did lose Sweden Strong once again as Phoenix. He will be forced to ult, but Weaver just right-clicks that down with the Gemini attack. Nice Eki says, as Shira Jr. gets himself a double at the tail end of that fight. He will be surrounded by the enemy team though, and with the Pangolier being brooding away from the map, Lifestealer has no choice but to teleport, as that is gonna be another fight won by an excellent use of the Primal Split, and the Weaver just being kept safe by the Treant Protector in the backline.
Yeah, it was really nice seeing how well they were protecting this Weaver. Even though that I miscalled it, he was not the one taking the Aegis. It was actually... Oh, so who? Never mind. No, mistakes have been made.
Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Losing the Treant Protector to the enemy Tormentor, though it is the enemy Tormentor, so it could be a lot worse under the circumstances. And, well, when do you think is going to be the timing where SIBE really fall off with so big of a gold lead already being in their favor here and them just having so much freaking money going on for themselves?
I think there is a number if they are getting over like 15k or 20k in like 10 additional minutes, then they might even be just unstoppable, where the comeback potential for one win are gonna be even more troublesome. Maybe now one win realizing that they have to do something around this map. They got the Aegis, they can maybe smoke up, apprehend this Weaver would be beneficial. Silence is there.
Although he did get Sakuchi up to run himself into safety, it will not be enough as Weaver gets blown up with the Pangolier coming in on top of him, dealing so much Rolling Thunder damage. And Cloud, he is now doing some solid work to try and keep the enemy team at bay. Whereas Zeneca on the run with a trap, they will get vision, but they will not get to catch up to him. As I think one win, they're still very sad that they can't get a Roche after this great team fight, but with the Pangolier having a Blink Dagger now, they can at least counter-initiate a little bit of their own and aren't just dependent on waiting out that Primal Split and praying they survive after.
Yeah, they had a really tough time like keeping the egg alive if it's not placed. Even if it's played defensively, the Weaver just focused his attention towards the egg, and getting that Blink Dagger on the Pangolier is gonna be really important, so you can start preventing those egg hitters to be absolute pressure on your Phoenix.
Yeah, for sure. The Phoenix, the longer this game goes on, the harder it is gonna be to find good eggs, but on the other hand, if he does find those good eggs, it is only gonna get better, because Brewmaster will be killed off if you stun him once by the Lifestealer eventually. Weaver will be killed off once Lifestealer gets the Skull Basher, or Templar Assassin manages to get on top of the Weaver. So, they have great answers if nothing else, but I don't know. I think the issue isn't with answering the aggression from SIBE. The issue is with SIBE now going for those pickups and just kind of trying to force Team 1 win into their bases. Templar Assassin manages to get herself away at least.
It was pretty close. Maybe if Southgate could have had a dust there. I think that's something they should be holding on, even despite the fact that they have the jam more and Zanitsa.
Yeah, the final tier 2 tower is now slowly but surely starting to get pushed in. And, well, one win. They're biding their time, they're waiting for that turnaround to happen in their favor, but it's gonna be very difficult to make it work.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very difficult indeed. Tier 2 tower under pressure.
Dire's middle tower is learning to fear.
As well. Respect. I'm not so sure what to make of this Phoenix early Midas Philosopher's Stone build. On the one hand, if it results in him eventually having a sheep stick for the Weaver, that's gonna be extremely huge here, but Self-Hate kills off Sweden strong and makes sure that the Weaver just keeps on snowballing and keeps on escalating the longer the game goes on.
It really feels like Woman came to the conclusion that they can win the farming battle to Midas's Radiance, and basically they have 3 cores pretty much present on the map, which cannot be said on the other side, because Pogra is like half a core. The same applies to Brewmaster. They just don't really benefit, because it's not really making the difference. Like if you have a almost 6k item Octarine core on the Pagna or not. It just doesn't really feel that different.
Whereas the Centaur is trying to facilitate Lifestealer's escape, but Lifestealer is gonna have to fight for his life here as out comes the Tree and Protector ultimate, but a beautiful act will turn things around and allow the Lifestealer to get away with his life. That was the Phoenix ultimate committed, which they will not have for quite a long while, but they did manage to survive going in and getting themselves out in one piece once again.
The defensive bag is pretty much with the Sun Ray to be casted during Supernova was really useful there to save the Lifestealer. But those are 2 ultimates not being available for 1 win. Maybe Team SIBE can get something done with this.
Weaver will have himself that all-important butterfly very soon, which is gonna of course be a huge difference maker with how much agility Weaver gets just by leveling up. He scales so extremely hard through that.
Yeah, I feel like next Roche is gonna be back up soon, or maybe we are gonna be finding out when it's gonna be up. Might be a huge factor of which team is gonna be taking the lead for the upcoming 10 minutes.
Well, with the almost 12,000 lead, I think Munkushi still needs a while to farm, especially with that Manta style only now starting to come in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. No gale can snuff the flames. Dire's bottom tower
And
is
Fast
under
Bomb
attack.
is loaded up onto the Weaver, but Templar Assassin, she got vision of that with her traps, I think. At least she knows that the Lifestealer was with them just a moment ago. So I think they're kind of reluctant to initiate on the side of 1 win just yet.
Yeah, on 1 win, they are definitely careful about it, even though they are smoking up. It's like a sequel. A prequel, I'm sorry, prequel is gonna be for the Rush Ray potential. Oh, they find Cypher once again.
Yeah, they wanted to look for a Templar Assassin, instead end up finding the Pangolier, but Pangolier is able to get out an ultimate, and Rubik will hit the Pango with a stolen Pugna ultimate, as now Riaf gets punished for that by being silenced, but Tira Jr. is already too low! Tira Jr. goes down, the Lifestealer still trying to hold his own, but with the stolen Rolling Thunder, he will just get killed off by the Rubik as well, and Rubik once again just carries the team fight here for the side of SIBE.
What a steal once again from the Rubik, getting his hands on the Rolling Thunder once again, and being that unexpected element that SIBE very much in need of.
Yeah, they're doing some extremely solid work as long as Rubik can keep stealing these really sick high value kills here.
Dire's bottom tower
Can they execute this high ground? I think they can take one lane at least. Oh, and the kill as well.
Yeah, with a kill before the Pangolier respawns, they will definitely take one. Gonna take a lot of wave clear and a lot of poke back, but that alone isn't quite gonna cut it here.
Tier 3 tower fallen. Range Rex as well. Melee is gonna be the next. SIBE, they would love to equalize up and turn this best of 5 to a best of 3.
Oh yeah, which I'm definitely all here for, because of course you want those games going as long as they can, right? You want as much action as possible to happen from the grand finals here. And with one win being known for their super off-meta draft, and SIBE just having those super interesting signature heroes like this Weaver we've been seeing, I want the series to go all the way for sure.
Yeah, we all would love to see this going all the way to the best of 5, having that game number 5 being the deciding factor. And Team SIBE, what's separating them might be just a Roche take, claiming the Aegis and the Roshan's banner to finish this game off.
Yeah, as for now, Roshan is gonna be their main goal, but I think one win, they do realize what's happening, but they don't smoke up in time, because they're not exactly sure where SIBE are positioned and how they can wrap around onto this Roshan. So despite pinging it out, it will just be an Aegis going the way of Selfhate by the end.
In the end, this is gonna be an Aegis for Selfhate this time, not rough. As he's a bit falling off, but so far so good when it comes to this Pangolier. The last time using the live drain on the nether board was something that really changed the course of the fight with the additional Rolling Thunder being stormed.
Whereas with a 20,000 gold lead now, I think they're just gonna continue this push, because with Riav on the Pugna, they can push tier 3s and barrack very slowly and gradually by just being a nuisance about it. As that's gonna be the second tier 3 taking a beating, and the Primal Split will be committed, but I don't think Zeneca minds using it just to push, just to keep getting these objectives. However, Templar Assassin is just shoving out the mid lane, trying to force people to teleport into defend instead. But would you look at that Brewmaster? He self-tornadoes himself, but he still does make sure that the Pangolier is not gonna have any fun this game at all.
That's a weird one, how they are stuck in between those heroes with the smoke. Now they might be getting some kills. Oh, okay.
As that's gonna be the Rubik going down. Where's your huge steals now, they say, but they're gonna need more than just the Rubik, and right now they're trying to get the Weaver while also backing off a little. They will get the first life on the Weaver in exchange for respect, as respect instantly just decides to buy back one win. They're still trying to hold on to this game number 2 with everything in their repertoire, just trying to keep this high ground alive. Only one lane of Rex left too, but they are doing extremely well so far as the defensive goes.
Yeah, they are really trying to prevent some further measures to be taken on their high ground. Already losing 2 lanes is hurting them just as much as it's gonna be once SIBE are gonna be tackling down this last outstanding tier 3.
Well, that is gonna be a tier 3 getting torn to shreds, as now the Rex are getting pushed quite hard as well, with the Brewmaster having used the Primal Split for it, and Templar Assassin, even with the Desolator, only doing so much damage, but out comes the Phoenix ultimate, as all of the Broodings will be pushed out of the base. Templar Assassin still hitting like a truck, but Rubik, he's constantly stealing that Nether Ward plus Life Drain combo from the Pugna, and a nice Icarus dive comes out, slowing them up. And Zeneca, he's got his eyes on the prize. He wants the barracks. He will get the barracks as he dies a second later. But that is totally worth it as they now got Mega Creep on the side of SIBE. As SIBE looking to be even more aggressive about this. They will take down Cloud, they will take down Sweet Strong on the Gyrocopter. The Gyrocopter instantaneously buys back. Lysir is still being ran after, but the Tree and Protector ultimate just says no as the Weaver stunned up a little unfortunately, but GG's is already out. As SIBE, with the aggression, with the Pugna mid out of all things, they managed to even it out and leave us with a best of 3 left to go here.
Yep, finally Team SIBE is delivering with some of those gameplay, and they are bringing down 1 win in this game number 2, which is very interesting too, because the last time they met, 1 win was victorious 2-1, and previously in the group stages, SIBE have beaten them 2-0 9 days ago. So I think we are gonna be having a very close game in the next one for sure.
Oh, I
well.
very much hope so, because I think both teams, just this series alone, have learned a lot about how the enemy draft as well.
Definitely. But
So-
with that, I think we are going to be going for a small break, and we are going to be
Yes,
back
very
with
much
game
so.
number 4.
Has to get out of here. Can he Armlet toggle himself out of this one? Well, yeah, Armlet toggles himself once, Armlet toggles himself twice with the rage. Is he gonna TP out? He keeps Armlet toggling. He's gonna get out of here. No, the Lucid Beam finally enough. Unleash coming in. MDR has the BKB finished up in Dead Sanity. The next one on the chopping block. Execration chased down this boy for too long.
Outside of the storm, they need the backup of the supports here to bring her.
Why?
Why?
A lot of danger. They missed the initial Illuminate. Ori, he's in the zip bit. FY does go down, and now the Avalanche. Would be able to quite reach him in time, I don't think. Oh, they do. Supreme gets him. Stampede's going to allow Ori to get away, though, but Force, he does jump in. Missing out on the onslaught, however. Lowe's going to go right onto Bengen. They'll try after the Pugna first. Meanwhile, Buck is dropping very, very low on the Centaur. Buck is gone. So is Ori. Lowe is trying to run. Lowe should be okay, but the chase continues. He's going to infest onto Tianming. Tianming gets caught, though. Tianming's down. The silence is out. Lowe's been caught to boot. 4 down for the side of Azure. They need to blow this man up. The thing is, he has a BKB up now, and Supreme, he's gonna see him. The BKB is there in time. They could not blow up the Keeper. Low now, he's in a very awkward position. They'll just hold him down and just smash him with Force. Oh, it was a nice idea, but they didn't see the BKB. Tianming also caught, tossed away onto FY. He's down.
And again, you're having a great time. They are starting to apply a little bit of pressure onto Force, but
One lane, Jianming gonna find himself in danger. Couple Shadow Poison stacks, but not quite enough. Now Force the one in danger. Low will turn. Force, heal up just a little bit. One more hit, the uproar. Oh, Low, he's got it. McNarman now needs to run. Still, they continue the chase. Keep in mind, Black Hole and Blink is up on Buck if he has the chance. They'll go for the fight. FY, that's a very nice cogs, but where's the follow-up to it? I don't see it yet, FY. He's gonna go down low, trying to move in. So is Buck, but Buck gets caught. Buck gets caught. Buck is down.
he has that
Well, they've got FY, so they do get a bit of a consolation prize. I think that the rotations are incoming here from Tianming. They will bring Low along with him, as long with Ori and Buck. Everyone rotating after Copy, though Copy is still just outrunning them now. More rotations coming in. Gunner, he's going to TP into the tier 1 tower, trying to help out Copy, though he does get caught in the leader, but he's by the tier 2 tower. In comes Gunner onto Ori. Ori getting very, very low, is going to go down. Copy's still alive. He's going to make it out. No, in fact, he does go down to Low. But what's it going to cost Azure? It seems like quite a lot, as Low's going to go down. Here comes Yuma, and there goes Buck.
Trying to farm. Believe these wards have vision of him, and Chrono used. It's going to catch him on the edge. But no more mana really left here. Black Hole is going to be on a 3. Arteezy behind enemy lines, though, here with GH. Then the Midnight pulls down with BKBs being popped by Miero, as well as Nightfall. They get the kill and a save. They'll use the arena, and they'll look over Miero to get the spear from Saberlight. So now, this Enigma's in trouble. The Fade Bolt finish. They go over it to Nightfall, and that's 3 heroes dead. So do we get a chrono play coming out of this one? Has the cheese. Net on a Miero. Hex immediately from Saberlight. The spear, the damage, the Rolling Thunder, and the kill. 90 seconds, no void. Shopify Rebellion. They are really making this tough for Bet Boom to hold on. And it looks like they're on the cusp of really quieting down the side of Bet Boom, but there's the black hole. Arena's down. They've got the BKB, but the disruption is in, so it stops the damage. They've got the Hex on the Toronto Tokyo. They get the kill on a GH. They'll end up losing save. 2 heroes don't have buyback on the side of Bet Boom. There's the illusions from the disruption. The tier 3 is gone. I think they're committing to at least either megas or waiting for the others to come back with the BKB, though. Now Miero walking forward. They got the Fiend's Grip. They get the kill on a Kid Track. They'll look over at Arteezy. Do they have enough? They're going to time walk in. They've got the Chrono on a 2. Do they have the damage with the Rolling Thunder from Sumail? The TP in forward from Save. They've got the control. They'll get the kills. They look for Sumail. The Assassinate. It flies out, but Sumail rolls away. Nightfall looking like he wants to chase.
Oh,
the Avalanche. They got him.
Oh, is this it? Is this the comeback?
We're up on the high ground. Miero. Is he willing to just blink BKB and go in like this?
He's ready. He's so
trying.
ready. He knows.
BKB, blink, black hole. That's going to be placed on a 2, but they've got the arena. Is it going to be enough to get the save on Arteezy? No, it won't.
Into the black hole.
Oh, jeez.
Buyback is available, but that's a big one. Miero. When his black holes, like this guy can carry so many times Bet Boom. When they're on the back foot, he knows how to make a comeback play.
Ooh, actually, Arteezy's getting pretty close. Arteezy, Lotus Orb, reflecting a little bit, save. Nightfall, time walk in, they had themselves the Fiend's Grip, they go to the Chronosphere, that's going to be on a 2. They look for the damage, but they've got the Disruption, that's going to be a save on a 1. They go to the Refresher, they've got themselves another Chrono, bing bong, they're coming for more. They want to take out the entire side of Shopify Rebellion. GPK doing the damage, has the right clicks, Miero in with the black hole, that's going to be right onto the Naga Siren, and they will get the kill on Arteezy.
The longer they wait.
Saberlight, blink, spear, arena, it lands perfectly. They've got the Rolling Thunder with the Lotus Orb, though. That might reflect a little bit. That's going to reflect the silence that was coming through. Toronto's going to stand there. They've got the Chrono. They had the Fiend's Grip, but they've got the Disruption coming up from Kid Track. They're going to walk over. They've got the Black Hole. It's going to be on Arteezy once again. Kid Track's dead. But can they get the kill onto Arteezy and take out the Naga Siren who just used the buyback? They've got the Black Hole once more. 2 heroes caught in. Saberlight, Arteezy, Sumail all fall. And that will be heroes gone with no buyback. 2-minute timers on them. And this is going to be so hard for Shopify Rebellion. Stolen Black Hole will extend the inevitable. Goes to the Refresher. Another Black Hole? Oh, another Wind Waker. All right. It was worth a shot. It buys some time. Is it enough? Not.
Now to prep to defend this tier 1 mid tower. They are not willing to let this one go. He was going to show up to boot. They'll pop the Moonlight Shadow. Poppy's going to jump right in onto Ori. Arrow will connect to follow up with the Dragon Tail Stun, and Ori has been deleted. A very nice start from Nouns. Now they'll jump in onto Bark. Bark being completely controlled up by Gunner. Gunner not able to finish off the job. In fact, Gunner gets destroyed here by FY and Bark. Still copy, still trying to move in, does find FY, takes down the techies. Bark though moving right back onto the Dragon Knight, will take him down. A very decent kind of fight here for Azure. The Wolves will scared. I don't know, they're gonna see Yuma. That is a big, big target. He has a BKB up, but the rush is there. Bark, he's gonna pop the Lycan form. They just jump the Gyrocopter immediately. The BKB finally gonna come off. Do they have the damage? Bark is chasing Yuma down. Yuma in huge trouble. But Creeps as well, just following him down. The Gyrocopter still trying to get his way out, but Bark's got him. Bark has got him. Ori, though, may go down, but it's going to be a great fight for Azure. They are cleaning up. Now it's wrapping around the long way. Underneath their own vision, Low, he's going to run right into them. Low, he'll force stuff away for now, but they've got the control. The draw is gone. FY will follow. Bounce chasing for a little bit more. Azure just running as fast as they possibly can. Tianming trying to set up the mind traps here up against Gunner. Tianming still trying to get through the Twin Gates. Will make it out. But Gunner is on the chase. He wants more. So I don't know if it's well advised, Gunner. There's a lot of mines around that area, sir. The BKB will save for now, but Gunner may have just got a bit too far. More than happy to jump in. A smoke on smoke right into that Radiant Triangle. Copy's going to be scouted out, but he's got help right behind him. FY's going to jump in, but the Yule set for in fact the Wind Waker. Copy's going to be just fine, and now the two-man stun. Gunner, what an initiation. They found Low again. Low's trying to run. He'll run towards the west of the map. He'll have to just fight back now, but he is trapped on his own glacier. Copy will take him down. How do you fight this one as Azure Ray? The answer is you don't. There goes FY. Bark's going to try and run. Copy will take down Tian Ming. And Bark, he'll continue trying to run as a wolf, but the homing missile will follow him all the way up. The wolf form about to wear off. He's forced to pop his BKB to run.
Maybe he didn't have the trick. He knows he's
Tian Ming has no choice here, John. Tian Ming's in big trouble. Tian Ming being jumped here by Gunner. And Gunner, he will have his way with him for the first time. Meanwhile, FY trying to make a jump in onto the gyrocopter. But Yuma will pop his BKB, so he should be just fine for now. The rest of Azure Ray looking to back off because Gunner's a big boy, but here comes Bark. Bark wants to go for the fight. He's on the Doom, and Bark is gone, or rather, Gunner is gone. Yuma, he has no BKB, he's going to be very cautious. Meanwhile, Copy, he's just frontlining for his team. Yuma's going to jump right back in, trying to go after Tian Ming. The Tian Ming's fine. Bark's the target now. Bark will run his way out. Gunner, he's brought back. He'll go after FY. The Scythe of Vice back in onto the Tiny, but it seems as though Nouns have run out of steam. They need to get the hell out of there. Yuma's in trouble. Yuma's going to try and man up through this. Tian Ming to jump back in. Yuma, he'll go after Low, and Low is gone. Uh-oh. A 5v3 scenario, Nouns. They have got a huge advantage. They should be able to get a higher ground, but there are still mines. Low's got buyback once again as well, by the way.
And this is the opening they're looking for on Nouns. Forces buyback on Low. Just go right back in. All these mirror shields on both sides are just causing numerous issues in trying to get that instantaneous lockdown they both need. I do like that Tian Ming knows the assignment. He has a Pirate's hat of his own. It's just still a level away from 25. You need to hit that point before it's really relevant. And as you mentioned, just the mines here. They could go for Roche on now and want to... They've already forced 2 buybacks. They just need to find the diebacks at this point.
FY, back is there. Copy. Nullify. It's going to cancel off the Wind Waker. Copy is getting blown up. FY, he will drop Copy. He's saved by the disruption. He will be able to chain his way out. As Bark is going to go after Fly now on the Crystal Maiden. Fly dropping very, very low. They're still alive, and Bark does take him down and just rushes his way out of there.
Eventually he'll be here. I know.
Why can't we have Ags? Why can't we have Agan enjoying the game?
Maybe we'll see Ags again in the next chapter of Groundfall. Oh, wait, whoa, a siege?
You got a range Rax. Run low. You're the hero we need, but didn't deserve. Get out of there, sir.
He actually he took a Rex ahead of now.
Lelis. Oh, they caught him. They see Low. The jump is there, Low. Oh, it may not have been worth it.
There is a smoke out. Boom. Might be able to take the follow-up fight.
They could make it. I mean, Sacred, he could just jump right in. It's too late, though. The Aegis is taken. They're still looking for the fight. Sacred, he could go for a bigger avalanche. He will find 3-man avalanche, tossing Arme back. They want that Aegis down immediately, though. Sacred might have to give his life away for it, and does. Meanwhile, Q, a 2-man rebound. He'll take down Knight and Panda. Slide him. He'll pop the Rolling Thunder now. Meanwhile, Picard's on the high ground trying to survive, but he's almost out of mana in the Fiend's grip. It's going to hold down the Rolling Thunder. Picard needs to run. He's completely out of mana, and he is down.
Kill. Telekinesis clips him. Toss, though, he was close enough, and GH taking a lot of damage from Eidolons as well as this egg. They'll get the kill. Oh, Miro's in with the Black Hole on 2. Eidolons again with this Black Dragon, and the disruption's just there for a split-second save. Is it going to be enough? Avalanche comes through from save from this cliff, assassinating Sumail from a distance.
And another one.
Oh no, Arteezy? They got Kitrak, but Arteezy's able to make it towards this camp.
He wants pictures of him real bad.
Oh, they're making the play out onto mid. Hara has the turnaround ability, pops the ultimate, and CML is the Bash God from Faceless Void with an amplified damager. Now underneath that tier 2 tower, they're covering him top as well. But it's a double kill for Question Mark. And Execration is kind of falling apart for them because has found a little bit more. It's Shanks on the Enchantress. The deer running away from the prey, and the past work to get them out of situations like this. And it is the cube stick that is going to get used onto the face of point. But this is a huge CM ultimate. Insanity. He's going to time on out of there. But again, they have the charge. They have the damage. He's rooted up. He is dead. No buyback for your Morphling.
You go for your first item, then you disassemble. From Spirit Torrent.
In mid. Yeah, they got the Ninja Trumpet.
Hater the jump in from an
Well, they
RC
have
way.
the Torrent mid. They're TPing in a couple of heroes. Question mark blocking forward. They have the overcharge going through now, and Lewis overstayed his welcome. The right clicks coming through for question mark getting the onto the IO, but he's dead now, and M has to get out of here. Can he armlet toggle himself out of this one? Well, he armlet toggles himself once, armlet toggles himself twice with the rage. Is he gonna TP out? He keeps armlet toggling. He's gonna get out of here. No, the Lucid Beam finally enough. Unleash coming in. MDR has the BKB finished up in Insanity. The next one on the chopping block. Execration chased down this
Ladies and
boy
gentlemen,
for
we're
too
here
long.
again for the third game of the best of 5, as it's basically a best of 3 left between OneWin and SIBE here for our grand finals at the European Pro League season number 18. And with me here as my analyst is once again the one and only Costa, because yeah, you're gonna have to help me make some sense of these drafts. Though this time around, it's nothing crazy yet. I do love this Chen already coming out from SIBE, so I think after the last victory, SIBE are really, you know, feeling a little bit more motivated and a little bit more confident in themselves.
Yeah, we have seen the Oberius map that the chemistry is definitely still there for Team SIBE, and the motivation. I really like that you pointed that attitude out, or more like something that SIBE can work with, because they decide to go back for the Chuan. Because 2 days ago, if you remember, on the upper bracket finals, both of these two teams have met, and the only game that SIBE got out of OneWin, which ended in, of course, 2-1 victory for OneWin, was with a Chen. That time, Ruff played the Nerd Spirit, which is not something I'm expecting this game, but Chen is really a strong message sent to OneWin that they are not afraid to pull out their secretive heroes as well.
For sure, and well, you say secret heroes. Well, the Chen is one of them for SIBE team, but I think we both know what's another. And now with that Wind Ranger picked up, I would very much like to see a Ricky here, just to have a little bit of extra mobility, a little bit like that. Silence is so good against both the Bat Rider and the Wind Ranger already. If you can jump Silence, get the initiation that way. Because they also have a Dragon Knight who can blink in with the Ricky, right? They can both be in the front lines together pretty much.
Well, Ricky is a really interesting hero, because there are some obstacles that Ricky has to deal with, and I believe the Kunkka, the Batrider, and the Wind Ranger are very good heroes against the Ricky. Now that the Ricky is not really suffering if you have only one of these heroes, like if it would be just the Batrider, Ricky would be doing absolutely fine, but the presence of these multiple heroes that really hates the Ricky, the Kunkka, the Batrider, and the Wind Ranger, then I don't really feel like Ricky would be a reliable hero to go for. Bristleback, though, on the other hand, if you consider how many AoE damage the Kunkka is dealing, the Batrider as well, you can have some damage mitigation, you can constantly turn your back towards your enemies, so I really like this Bristleback pick.
That's fair enough. I mean, I too like the Bristleback, but for a way simpler reason than that. I just know SIBE team are very famous for being the most aggressive team a lot of teams have played against, for being very, you know, in your face, that infamous Eastern European playstyle. I think for that, a Bristleback is just perfect. That's a hero that says we want to fight at 20 minutes and we don't want to stop fighting until we win the game, which is exactly what we saw SIBE team do last game as well.
Yeah, and to back up your statement with some statistics, SIBE, they are averaging like 28 kills throughout all of these throughout all of those EPL season 18 games, and 28 deaths as well. So it's pretty much showing that in a mediocre scenario, in a neutral scenario, they are always having like a 56 kills type of game. But yeah, back to Team SIBE
You
and
have
the
10
fact that
seconds
they are
left.
running this Bristleback again. They played it against Bait.
You
That
have
time,
5 seconds left.
I believe it. Whew, that's a tough one. I have to check if they won that one or not.
Well, while you do that, let's talk about the bans here, because the last bans are kind of interesting with the Slark being taken away by SIBE. And Slark plus Tusk, it is still very insane. I'm a big fan of the Slark hero in the current patch, because in the late game, if you have a draft where you can get away with picking a Slark in the late game, he gets online so ridiculously fast and hard. He scales so freaking hard.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely a nice take from Team SIBE to get rid of the Slark, as it's one of those
10
heroes that
seconds left.
does well against melee offlaners,
have 5
except the
seconds
Slaughter, I believe. I checked it, and you just casted this yesterday, my friend. 21 hours ago. SIBE, they were really successful with the Bristleback, 18-3 when it comes to the score, and they have beaten Novi Junior with it. So it was as early as yesterday when it comes to the last Bristleback match from Team SIBE.
Wait, yeah, but I'm almost 100% sure I didn't cast that one. Oh wait, was that a morning game?
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind.
Yesterday
Yeah,
morning.
I am. I remember. Never mind.
You have
Never
10
mind.
seconds left.
Yeah, that was a
You have
really good
5
game as
seconds
well. So I
left.
think we're in for close finals if there isn't any of those, curveball picks and whatever. Though it wasn't me casting it yesterday. I was just watching Base Defender do that game while I was still half asleep lying in bed.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
really confused because I didn't cast yesterday, and I was like, huh? But I did like chat and annoy Base Defender during that game a little bit.
Oh, I really thought you were the one taking the games yesterday, and yeah, now that I'm checking the schedule, it was actually Base Defender. Never mind, but still, they picked up the most important thing is that they picked up the Bristleback, and it was working against Hawaii Junior. And I tracked them down against the
You
Bait,
have 10
the Bait
seconds
game that
left.
they had against Bait, and
Did
they
they
have
go
won that
Bristleback
one as well.
Keeper of the Light
You have 5
yesterday as
seconds
well?
left.
No, that was just yeah, it was actually Bristleback Keeper of the Light yesterday as well to enable the Bristleback a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because of course that combo is ridiculous, and they are gonna go with that very combo once again for just a huge amount of burst damage for that really early fight timing. They just have to make sure that they're not falling behind too hard.
A Primal Blaze to close this one down. This is gonna be a keeper of light, the light core. I gotta be asking you because it's really interesting how different these two drafts are. In my belief, or in my opinion, as it is. Which one would you be favoring?
It's such a hard call too, because Bristleback, he is a very reliable, high-value hero that we see succeed time and time again. But Munkushi, he does love his Wind Ranger. They are one of the few teams who actually, won games by picking Wind Rangers in the past. So I think Munkushi Wind Ranger is gonna do it. If the Bristleback runs all over them, then this game's gonna be over anyways. But Munkushi, he's gotta know that. He's gotta be aware on the Wind Ranger, and this time around, I just kind of think the lane matchup is looking a bit better than last one again, where it's once again all down to let SIBE not be more aggressive than you, let SIBE not run you down with everything they got pretty much.
I see your point. Yeah, it's definitely tough because when I think about the Bristleback is like Viper, like OD, like Tinker, like Meepo. You want to punish him early because earlier punishment is gonna be really great because the hero is carrying very well. You got the potential heroes for the early punishment. Batrider, Tusk, the two supports, they are very fast, very mobile around the map, taking the twin portals, taking the runes, everything. And you get a very nice element on the bottom lane, a very powerful spell, which can really excel against the Bristleback. The power shot, once you level it up to level 4, it deals 470 damage. That's absolutely insane against the Bristleback. But my problem is then there is the Keeper of the Light, the Chen. Both of these heroes are enabling the Bristleback. I'm just having such a tough time deciding. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, SIBE, like, I think it's gonna be once again the same as last game, where it's just the SIBE show until they kind of lose the advantage, until, you know, they feed the Wind Ranger a double kill by accident, or Kunkka hits that big multi-hero ship on one of the side lanes. You know, that's the kind of tempo turnaround that one win are looking for here in order to win this game. And I think they're gonna be able to get it eventually. But if they aren't, then SIBE are definitely gonna just win this off the Bristleback.
Yeah, it's just so tough to predict this one, but at least we have been reducing the number from 5 to the best of 3, so we are definitely having at least 4 games. But let's see if one win can be successful with this very team fight oriented lineup, or it's gonna be the Bristleback show all along.
30 seconds to battle.
Well, it's definitely gonna start off as being the Bristleback show, one way or the other, right? Between a Chen, between a Bristleback, it is gonna be an insane amount of map control. It's gonna be an insane amount of in-your-face potential already. Though, one nice way of kind of punishing that is if you can somehow win the mid lane with support rotation. If you can just shut down Riaf on mid, on that Keeper of the Light of his, that would be huge.
I think I'm gonna actually be withdrawing my previous statement. Oh, Zenitsu might be in some trouble. Yep.
Well, Zeneca, he may be tanky on that Dragon Knight of his, but he's not gonna be tanky enough against the tag team and so many right picks coming in. Tusk, of course, one of the strongest heroes at level 1 with that tag team ability of his. So he's having the time of his life right now.
Yeah, imagine that this DK on level 1 could have been just the Bristleback as well. And with that realization, well, I mean, they really think like, okay, we can actually kill the Bristleback this easy, as easy as the DK was being executed. I'm actually withdrawing my previous statement. 1v's drafts is not that team fight oriented. Look at Zenitsu, might be dying back immediately. Oh no, he's gonna be doing the walk of shame.
Yeah, Zeneca, that is gonna cost him so much experience on that Dragon Knight now. As of course, Dragon Knight, he very much needs that level 6. He very much needs a few levels to just survive the laning stage here. As Wind Ranger with the power shot has a lot of magical damage built in, kind of deal with that extra defense of his. But would you look at Sunset once again just being power shot down by a beautiful hit from Munkushi, as Munkushi going 2-0 and 1, just already starting to snowball golden XP his way a little.
I was like, Joey's telling me that Munkushi Wind Ranger, I can't quite remember it. Now he's definitely showing me that he's the Wind Ranger guy himself, getting those quick kills, quick early kills, and saying it's just arrived from walking all the way through from base.
I mean, he's not farming that well in exchange for getting these kills yet, so he is sacrificing a lot of last hits to just keep Zeneca out of the lane. But Zeneca, he still doesn't get to do anything here, as, power shot off the mark means he at least isn't gonna die quite yet. But Munkushi, he's just gonna keep making play after play on this one position, and it's never gonna stop being super aggressive. Despite the fact that he's a carry, but you can just farm so quickly with the power shot and then still use your ultimate for kills. Where speaking of kills, Selfhate over on the bottom lane, he's not yet having that free carry game that you expect a Bristleback to have and then kind of snowball away with.
Yeah, this is something we were talking about, that shutting down the Bristleback as early as possible is gonna be really important for one win. So far so good for skills. They are not only shutting down the Bristleback but also the DK as well, which is absolute dominant gameplay from one win is might be securing the victory as early as 20 or 25 minutes.
I mean, with a Wind Ranger and a Kunkka as their cores, they definitely do need to go for these early team fights, go for some early objectives as well. As that is gonna be 2 lanes just being poked and harassed down more and more. Though bottom lane is still going really relaxed, and Keeper of the Light, well, Kunkka is one of the few matchups where the Keeper of the Light does not absolutely dominating his lane. Well, he is going to be able to make up for that by going into the jungle, making himself some stacks and farming those, as a 4-0 lead is still quite scary here for the side of SIBE, who were planning to be aggressive themselves.
Yeah, so far so good from one man. Pretty much, as you said, getting some of these kills yeah, in the indicator on the last hit, as the Vindager is only having 12 and the Priming Beast 18. But they don't really seem to care, because the network that they are gonna be getting from the kills are still gonna be present.
As well, that's gonna be 1000 gold lead still, and more importantly, Kunkka getting both of the runes, taking them away from the Keeper of the Light. So Keeper of the Light, he can't really contest mid lane anymore, and is just gonna be farming a lot faster over in the jungle, whereas Sweden Strong gets harassed out of the lane, and Bristleback gives the little ooh lovely dice boys line, but you know who's having a lovely time in lane? Munkushi still on that Wind Ranger of his, not falling off in the slightest, just going for play still.
They are constantly making this tag team play. They are pretty much an unstoppable force when they are forming a unit together.
Oh, actually, Keeper of the Light did get one of the runes, which Chira just left there for some reason. I'm not sure why he didn't choose to take away the water rune from Riev, because now Riev can actually get himself some XP, and with enough experience, while the Keeper of the Light cannot really do a lot on mid anymore, and mid lane is already kind of lost for the Keeper of the Light, he is still extremely scary on side lanes, right? Coming into gank, dealing some significant amount of damage.
Yeah, that's something that this Keeper of the Light would love to get done, because both of their side lanes are not looking that good when it comes to Team SIBE. They would love to get some impact, some plays coming out from this Keeper of the Light. Self-hate.
Ooh, yeah, Self-hate. With that last pick, Cloud, Primal Beast, he's very much not having any fun in the lane anymore. Though Cloud now taking a lot of harass back with the Bristleback, having reduced his armor by so much. He may be extremely tanky and a very great matchup for the Bristleback, but that's not reducing his armor, still very much hurts Primal Beast like it does most tanky heroes on Dota, really.
Yeah, the discipline should be there for Self-hate, as he was pretty much chasing down these heroes, but he knows that with a single rotation, this might that might change the course of the fight. With the Wind Ranger TP in would be definitely enough, or the Kunkka or whatever hero that might be having a TP off cooldown. Sweden Strong?
Ooh, it looks like... Nah, they're all gonna be okay, except maybe Zenica over on top once again, because Wind Ranger, she's just 2 levels ahead of this Dragon Knight, and while Tag Team doesn't really face Zenica much anymore with how many points in the Dragon Blood he has, he still just can't have fun in the lane. Every time he wants to farm, every time he wants to get XP, it's just like, pin you to a tree, power shot, you die.
Yeah, it's pretty much always the same. They're just punishing the DK constantly at the Rubik as well. It's just pretty much unstoppable. Wisdom is going even as Ruff, he's forced to jungle. 26. Look at the DK. 2000 gold. The one is following him is the champ.
Basically a support at this point. At least,
yep.
I mean, he's gonna catch up eventually, because it's the Dragon Knight we're talking about here with great push and a great amount of damage. But yeah, right now it is favoring them so hard still on the side of one win. And this is not what SIBE are used to playing, right? Usually it's SIBE who get a huge kill advantage, who start taking over most of the game almost immediately. But here, this time around, it's gotta be one win, rotating over 4 heroes to the bottom lane to try and get as many kills as they can. Chira Jr. needs to be careful, but they still decide, you know what, if we get this Bristleback, it is gonna be so worth it. And they get 3-4-0, 4-4-0, as in comes the Wind Ranger, goes for the focus fire. Yeah, now I'm starting to see that 20-minute GG condition you mentioned. Because one win.
Yeah, right. Like, there's just so the DK. If the DK is suffering in the early game, there's definitely gonna be a hard one to bring him back. He just cannot make those kills happen. He's basically forced out by a solo Wind Ranger, as we can see now. It's so hard to get back into the game with a DK. You might be. This is the time. These are those times when you are like playing your pubs and you play DK, you are 0-4 and you are immediately queuing up your Midas. I think we might be hitting that kind of scenario soon. Of course, not going for the Midas, some desperate plays, getting the ore hit. Maybe I can make some plays around that. So he's already derailing from the natural,
Yeah, I don't
items.
like it though. I don't like it. I think Blink Dagger is the only chance he got that he can even get close enough to the Wind Ranger to stun her. And delaying the Blink Dagger here may only cost them more. I can see why he's going for an Orchid. He wants some farming speed. He wants some regen, as Kunga already taking away Zenika's stack. And it's not just the stack as with the Task Tag Team plus Focus Fire combo. It will be such a fast kill on Zenika. Tira Jr., he has to be careful, get himself out of there, but with a snowball coming in from the Tusk instead, Sunset could be in a world of hurt here. As the tag team is there, though Kunga misses the taunt.
Oh, the lasso.
They will, yeah, just lasso re-up out of position, and bam, there he goes. Wind Ranger also constantly committing to these fights, getting more experience, getting more gold running. Munkushi Wind Ranger, it's terrifying for a reason.
This is an absolute beauty how well N1 is playing this. They found Sunset as well.
Another free kill. Oh, this is rough. 12-0 as SIBE, they went all in on a Bristleback draft, but they left the Munkushi Wind Ranger without an answer, and you cannot leave Munkushi Wind Ranger unanswered or you're just gonna die.
And Zenitsu is back to the lane. He's really expecting finally to get some farm, but he's immediately pressured.
Yeah, Taz will probably be dying for that, which would make for a nice return kill if the Ancient Creeps don't get him, and Rubik with the Fate Bolt will make sure that at least they break the ownage, at least they get one nice kill going for themselves there.
At least you're not gonna be hearing that voice line repeatedly. Oh.
Yeah, though, one win. I think they're still very much okay with their Wind Ranger already having this much of a lead until somehow, like, at least 2 cores from SIBE managed to go farming for a huge while. I don't think they're gonna be able to come back. Bristleback will have that, like, critical initiation timing soon with Aghanim's Scepter and an Aghanim's Shard, and then just dealing tons of damage. But Bristleback against the Primal Beast also literally does not get to lane. So I think the lane matchup is just too horrible for them.
Ah, the 3 times the bond, the thrice amounts of bounty runes that they just got. And that's how hardly they were focusing on the kills that they even got 3 bounty runes remaining on the jungle. We have further action here.
As that is gonna be so he saved a little while longer, but in comes the boat. And Chen, well, his creep army is doing a lot of work now with how much damage it deals. It will not be enough to save the Dragonite once again, as Dragonite just being victimized time and time again. And now Rubik gets ran down by the Primal Beast as well. Keeper of the Light will save him for the time being, but Riap, he's still being hunted by the Tusk as Sunset goes down in the back line. And Riap tries to turn that fight around, but he's not really succeeding much. Yeah, what was the fun fact? 1 win, they have won all but 1 game against the side of SIBE. Yeah, it's gonna be showing exactly why, because this insane aggression that they're known for is still doing just an excellent job here.
1 win. It's fascinating how they are playing this. Sometimes you are not really expecting your death to be that present, like Zenitsu. Level 6? Are you serious that he's in trouble once again?
Yeah, he just isn't gonna have a game. I mean, he can't farm jungle. If he goes farming jungle, having some stacks in the jungle, Kunga just goes, "Oh, you made stacks all for me. Why, how nice of you. Thank you." And if you don't go into the jungle, well, then you feed on the lane. So what can this Dragon Knight do? The only place he can safely farm is where the Bristle is farming right now. So you don't want to take your carry's farm either.
Yeah, the only thing he can do is like to appear in the team fights and start dropping the stuns and breathe fires off. But he is level 6. He is just gonna be like tickling even the supports.
Yeah, speaking of the support, well, Rubik will be trying to get everybody away with a stolen onslaught, but he will just sacrifice his life for it. So while Bristleback doesn't get ganked, thanks to his support kind of tanking the gank to the face for him.
Anytime.
That is still just more pressure, right? Like, Bristleback,
Yep.
he's gonna run out of farming space soon. And do you think, like, what can they do? Because I don't think that the Aghanim Scepter plus Aghanim Shard from the Bristleback is gonna give them back their tempo. What can they do in order to get the Bristleback to kind of punish the Wind Ranger? Is it at all possible for the Bristleback to still go up against the Wind Ranger in an even fight?
I think it's gonna be a bit harsh on SIBE, but I think this game is over. Like 7k down in a Bristleback lineup, a lineup that is heavily relying on the fact that you are gonna be getting those kills early on, you are gonna be farming those stacks early on, and they are not comeback-oriented heroes, nor the Bristleback and the DK neither. Maybe they just try to smoke this time just to get some kills, but what are you gonna be getting? Like Primal Beast has a nice escape material, the Bat Rider as well, like unobstructed the padding, the snowball. They just cannot kill anyone.
Yeah, and I mean, the great thing is at least one win don't have that much push except for the Wind Ranger who is still just farming up. But even with Sulfate, like now Sulfate is top with 2 supports behind him. Imagine if they had done that 5 minutes, 10 minutes earlier. Because I think, you know, just putting one of your cores in the jungle and putting 2 supports behind the other core would have been the only way back super early during the laning stage. But Sweden's strong on that Bat Rider of his. He's still gonna get away despite 4 people chasing him and making so much space. Whereas one win, they're just pushing mid while also kind of being ready to contest if they get vision, if they catch a glimpse of Team SIBE, as that will be a tier 1 mid tower pretty much for free. And 8,000 gold lead. It's almost 500 gold lead a minute being generated here for the side of one win.
This is absolutely insane how well they are coordinated. They are everywhere on the map, not being scared to use multiple TPs, multiple hundreds of golds being thrown out the window to just TP and then surprise SIBE anytime that is possible. Well, Monkey with the solo, and it's actually gonna be with Cloud.
Well, that's a nice low value kill, but Rubik, he's only low value because he's kind of that support that has to sacrifice himself. Because if he manages to steal some good abilities, he can definitely turn the team fights around. We saw an insane Rubik in the last game from SIBE, but this time around there's just too much lockdown, too much stun that he just gets locked pretty much lockdown pretty much permanently there.
And Rubik is a hero as well that likes to make plays in the early game. That's how he's getting his farm. I just cannot even finish the sentence. This Monk Bushi is just unstoppable. They are gonna be using the last on the Bristleback. So I think it's once again secure kill. The tag team and the toss.
They make sure that like Sweden Strong gets away from the Bristleback as well, because Bristleback, he has a respectable damage output and he's very much using it. But now Zeneca, yeah, what can he do other than try to push out lanes, keep the lanes pushed out? He gets clipped too, just for added insult as well. Nice little escape attempt there, but it's not gonna do enough. This Dragon Knight is just not allowed to have a game still. 11,000 gold lead, only 17 minutes into the game as one win. They really want to be our new champions here from the looks of it.
Yeah, well, man, they actually qualified to ESL1 Birmingham, right? They just couldn't attend it due to visa issues. This is a team that has already been delivering some nice results. Of course, they are gonna be taking Roche meanwhile. Previous play as well, once again breaking down power shot immediately used to disable the potential Blink Dagger as an escape material, and they immediately murdered the DK once again, who is now behind the behind the Batrider as well. Oh no.
Yeah, and with that, Munkushi, guess what? He gets a second life and a second round of immortality here to be even more of a beast at this rate.
Is there anything stopping one win? Oh!
Well, maybe, but the ship is still just preventing too much damage. Oh, that's another issue. Even if they get these good initiations with the Bristleback, the ship just delays everybody from dying. So Bristleback, he gets the tusk for that, but he loses his Dragon Knight, he loses his Rubik, and now he gets left behind himself without anybody left to defend him. Oh, that ship just doing so much work there from Chira Jr. He still dies by the end of that fight. So Chira Jr., he would have very much loved to survive the Bristleback. Bristleback ability being activated and all of that burst damage to the face. But I think they're happy with this because look at the Munkushi Wind Ranger hunting for more.
Oh, Munkushi Wind Ranger is just unstoppable. 1-8 on the Rubik, make it 1-9. 15-0 on this Munkushi Wind Ranger.
Yeah, I think at this point it's just gonna be the 1v5 Wind Ranger show pretty much, unless somebody makes a big mistake here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. It may
I just don't really feel like there's any stopping measures. There's no way to derail the train, that the one win is riding on.
As that's gonna be the Keeper of the Light, caught a little bit off guard getting machine gun down by the Wind Ranger, and it's gonna be, yeah, very nicely played for the side of one win once more. They got 3 minutes to start at least pushing down one lane of Rags, but because after that Aegis maybe, just maybe, Bristleback and like Dragon Knight can both jump the same target and go for the kill.
Oh, it's just so tough. When the best kind of commentary we can provide is like, well, yeah, SIBE, you just lost a few heroes once again, to 3-27, 13k up. They are constantly...
Well, we've talked about this phenomenon a lot during the group stages, because in the group stages we saw a lot of drafts where it just looked hopeless and it was purely down to, oh, we have an outdraft, plus we have the momentum on our side, now this is GG. With the Bristleback, they're still gonna have to bring 4 people to do that Tormentor, so it is gonna be Sohi getting a very good Aghanim shard for free, but it was a big commitment, which is allowing the Wind Ranger to now start pushing tier 2 some more and go for these objectives as Munkushi. Not really the fastest tower hitter, even with the ultimate, but they will make sure to get the bottom tier 2 in a single push and then roam onward to mid, where the tier 2 is also exposed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Applying some further pressure on these towers. Tier 2 tower on bottom secured, now it's gonna be mid. SIBE, they are trying their best to find some place where they can farm, but it's just so tough. Even the Rubik is a type of hero which really enjoys the dead lanes, like the Jakiro for example. He can just push it out with the stolen spells, but there is no such lanes to inhabit, because all of them are being lost, all of them are being dominated by the one win.
Yeah, and Keeper of the Light, he's farming for that comeback timing. We'll have a BKB for the next big fight, but just seeing if he can bait people into making a mistake here. As, yeah, Riyab, he will be the first one to follow that bait into near certain death, but the onslaught, it's getting interrupted by a Rubik very nicely, and Cloud, who's gonna be his target for the Pulverize. Well, the Rubik is just gonna counter Pulverize him, but the Rubik will be killed for that immediately with the Wind Ranger having too much damage as Dragon Knight realizes once again, it's just like the laning stage, Munkushi gets on top of him. He goes down, 30 seconds left to go for that Aegis on the Wind Ranger, but they got another one team fight and just so much more space going the way of one win once again. 3 to almost 30 kills.
Life just got interesting for sure. Sweden Strong is definitely happy of how this game is going so far. Aegis is gonna be reclaimed 5 seconds and we are gonna be having it expiring. Maybe get some BKBs on the side of SIBE, on the DK and the Bristleback, and then maybe you can start figuring out how to approach these fights. But as I said, if you are either winning big with the Bristleback, like hitting the jackpot, or you are gonna be on the absolute hell, so kind of suffering. And it really feels like, as I talked about it, that if the Bristleback is gonna be suffering in the end, there is no comeback potential, and the game might be over in like 20-25 minutes. But
yeah,
give them credit; they are still holding on.
Oh yes, for sure. For sure. I think if they could see the actual gold lead, they would already tap out, call it GG, and hope they're not tilted on the side of SIBE in the next game. But they cannot see the gold lead. So they think, okay, we can still get a comeback, we just need a good initiation with the double blink into a Bristleback follow-up. But we're gonna see whether or not they will succeed in getting it. As over on bottom lane, they do find one, and they will instantly obliterate Cloud, though Cloud, with just a sliver of HP and a BKB, he makes his way out of there as his team. Yeah, not even that kill is gonna result in a kill. They used 2 ultimates for that too.
Yeah, this was your potential play, blowing out everything on this single Primal Beast, and even though in this 5 versus 1 they are gonna be unsuccessful as well.
Yeah, whereas over on the mid lane, Kunkka catches the Rubik. Rubik gets shipped down, gets destroyed by Chira Jr. there with the right click, as that's a solid amount of damage if nothing else.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. No Gale.
Right, well, there's still one tier 2 standing over on the top lane, so maybe that's what's giving SIBE the hope that they can hold on. The fact that even if they lose another team fight here, one win will not be able to end the game directly.
Yeah, but they can always further expand their lead, which is almost equal as winning just by a bit later. They need some IB.
Ooh, Zeneca, he actually escapes the task. He's like, payback, I can finally outrun you. It only took him 25 minutes, but he can now finally escape and outrun the task, which is very, very nice.
Finally, he has the possibility to use the blink to get out of these situations.
Yeah, Keeper of the Light trying to hold Primal Beast at bay here, but Primal Beast, he is just too much of a beast at this point. With the Shiva's Guard coming out very fast here at this current rate.
Yeah, every core on one win side are doing fantastic. Team SIBE, they I think only high ground is the name of the game from now on. Maybe they can execute some plays with the repositioning spells that they are having, the telekinesis and the Keeper of the Light as well with the blinding light.
Ooh, and that's gonna be the Dragon Knight, just machine gunned down by the Wind Ranger. As well, Zeneca, he may be able to outrun the task, but can you outrun Munkushi? Munkushi teleports out and says, nope, you cannot in fact outrun me. Feel free to follow me in that fountain though, as... Oh boy, this Wind Ranger. I mean, the good news is the Wind Ranger isn't gonna scale that much harder, but there's also the Kunkka, the task, the Bad Rider to deal with, as the Rhea Keeper of the Light will just be annihilated, obliterated with so much damage to the face, whereas Sunset gets ran down, gets chain stunned up as well, and that's gonna be an unstoppable streak for the Primal Beast here.
33 kills on the side of one win, basically being the absolute dominant force in this second game, shutting down those kind of heroes like the Bristleback and the DK early, because they know that they have to be shut down early to have a victorious game on your hands. I think it's a bit too deep for Munkushi. Yep, he's not gonna go for that. But finally, maybe this potential high ground. Or you know, you can just go for the more comfortable, more safer way, get a tier 2 on top and move to Roche.
Yeah, they do need that tier 2. Like with a Wind Ranger, their push is so all or nothing that they need a tier 2 to make sure that they're actually pushing fast enough at this rate.
Yeah, we can see on the map that they are being orientated on the top side of the map as well as they are waiting for the arrival of Roche. It is gonna be available in half a minute.
Yeah, 30 more seconds till the Roshan. I'm not sure if they just want to wait them out or try to chip at a tower slowly but surely.
Well, catching someone is never bad, especially if it's gonna be in the favor of taking Roche with a man advantage. But no one is gonna be showing on the bottom lane, so no one is gonna be in trouble. The DK is pretty much positioning himself on the top of that high ground, so it's twin gating to the other part of the map, and it's time to Roche.
Yeah, the double BKB from SIBE is giving them some degree of confidence here. Those are, of course, the biggest items in a matchup like this one. But even with the BKB, Wind Ranger just has too much damage against that low armor Wind Ranger.
Well,
Wind Ranger, Keeper of the Light.
There goes your BKB on the Keeper of the Light. You were working so hard to finally get it. So maybe you can stay alive in the team fights. Never mind, the Wind Ranger is just gonna be shutting you down as waiting for the focus fire to be out of cooldown to use it.
Yeah, Wind Ranger being a universal hero just makes her so good because even if you press a BKB with that Maelstrom build, as long as you get the good hit, as long as you get like the good angle, it is still gonna be enough damage to kill somebody off in just a second or two of focus fire as far as physical damage goes.
Yeah, but it's not really something that you can just mitigate with the power of the BKB. You really need a bit more. Like, it's just so tough for SIBE. I'm really trying to find any potential scenario where they might be favored, but maybe on the high ground if one win are like crossing a border that they are not supposed to, they might be having a chance. But let's see how one win is gonna be approaching this high ground after this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, they got 4 minutes and like almost 5 minutes to push the high ground soon. So as long as their Wind Ranger isn't gonna get caught, they're gonna be fine. If the Wind Ranger is gonna get caught though, it will be a huge kill. Because even those 5 seconds that Wind Ranger takes to respawn, it's 5 seconds that the one big factor, the one damage that time and time again SIBE failed to deal with is gone. Though instead it's gonna be the Wind Ranger going very deep with a Bad Rider to help out, and Bad Rider makes sure they set up on a second kill there with the Firefly to both. As both of the supports are gonna go down, Rubik will immediately start buying himself back. Respect still running for his life. Respect will go down. Wind Ranger though decides, you know what, screw you Self-Hate, as Rubik dies back. 60 seconds no Rubik. Self-Hate towards the BKB, but they will instead just kill up Re-Up on the Keeper of the Light as they realize that is the higher value kill. And that is gonna be a bonus from Cloud onto Self-Hate as GG. Well, at least they're calling it now. So I do think they realize that when pushy Wind Ranger, if you cannot kill the Wind Ranger anymore, you're just gonna lose.
Yeah, an absolute show that we just got from Wambin this time. Really dominant. That's the Wambin that we used to know from qualifying to someone Birmingham and appearing in some of these tournaments. The Win Light in season, Inside season, the Dota World Invitational, and the EPL season 18 as well. So let's see the stats, because this was something extraordinary coming out from Mancucci. You were calling it in the beginning of the game. 20 kills, 0 deaths, and 10 assists. This is absolutely absolute madness. That how well Wambin was executing this, because they knew that DK, Bristleback, these heroes have to be shut down early, and if they are shut down early, they are not going to be having any games on their hands.
For sure. Whereas One Move, well, they are the only team known for One Win. I mean, they are the only team known for kind of first picking that Wind Rangers. They've done the same thing in their match against One Move as well. And it's kind of rare that we see people not only think like, hey, this off-meta hero is definitely worth picking up time and time again this time around, but that they actually deliver consistently, both in like the first game, one of the first games of the group stages, and now towards the end of the tournament with the exact same hero, played the exact same way by Munkushi. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go with a bit of a break once again.
A lot of danger. They missed the initial Illuminate. Ori, he's in the zip bit. FY does go down, and now the Avalanche. Would be able to quite reach him in time, I don't think. Oh, they do. Supreme gets him. Stampede's going to allow Ori to get away, though, but Force, he does jump in. Missing out on the onslaught, however. Lowe's going to go right onto Bengen. They'll try after the Pugna first. Meanwhile, Buck is dropping very, very low on the Centaur. Buck is gone. So is Ori. Lowe is trying to run. Lowe should be okay, but the chase continues. He's going to infest onto Tianming. Tianming gets caught, though. Tianming's down. The silence is out. Lowe's been caught to boot. 4 down for the side of Azure. They need to blow this man up. The thing is, he has a BKB up now, and Supreme, he's going to see him. The BKB is there in time. They cannot blow up the Keeper. Low now, he's in a very awkward position. They'll just hold him down and just smash him with Force. Oh, it was a nice idea, but they didn't see the BKB. Tianming, also caught, tossed away onto FY. He's down.
And again, you're having a great time. They are starting to apply a little bit of pressure onto Force, but...
Bottom lane, Jianming gonna find himself in danger. Couple Shadow Poison stacks, but not quite enough. Now Force the one in danger. Low will turn. Force can heal up just a little bit. One more hit, the uproar. Oh, Low. He's got it. McNarman now needs to run. The chase is on. Low should have him. Frostbite will be there. Narman trying to juke out as best as humanly possible. Actually takes down Tianming on the way out. Still, they continue the chase. Keep in mind, Black Hole and Blink is up on Buck if he has the chance. They'll go for the fight. FY, that's a very nice Cox, but where's the follow-up taunt? I don't see it yet, FY. He's going to go down low, trying to move in. So is Buck, but Buck gets caught. Buck gets caught. Buck is down.
He has actually got caught.
Well, they've got FY, so they do get a bit of a consolation prize, I think, that the rotations are incoming here from Tianming. They will bring Low along with him, along with Ori and Buck. Everyone rotating after Copy, though Copy is still just outrunning them now. More rotations coming in. Gunner, he's going to TP into the tier 1 tower, trying to help out Copy, though he does get caught in the leader, but he's by the tier 2 tower. In comes Gunner onto Ori. Ori getting very, very low, is going to go down. Copy's still alive. He's going to make it out. No, in fact, he does go down to Low. But what's it going to cost Azure? It seems like quite a lot as Low's going to go down. Here comes Yuma, and there goes Buck.
Track trying to farm. I believe these wards have vision of him, and Chrono used. It's going to catch him on the edge, but no more mana really left here. Black Hole is going to be on a 3. Arteezy behind enemy lines, though, here with GH. Then the Midnight pulls down with BKBs being popped by Miero, as well as Nightfall. They get the kill on a save. They'll use the arena, and they'll look over at Miero to get the spear from Saberlight. So now, this Enigma's in trouble. The Fade Bolt finish. They go over it to Nightfall, and that's 3 heroes dead. So do we get a Chrono play coming out of this one? Has the cheese. Net on a Miero. Hex immediately from Saberlight. The spear, the damage, the Rolling Thunder, and the kill. 90 seconds, no void. Shopify Rebellion. They are really making this tough for Bet Boom to hold on, and it looks like they're on the cusp of really quieting down the side of Bet Boom, but there's the Black Hole. Arena's down. They've got the BKB, but the disruption is in, so it stops the damage. They've got the Hex on the Toronto Tokyo. They get the kill on a GH. They'll end up losing save. 2 heroes don't have buyback on the side of Bet Boom. There's the illusions from the disruption. The tier 3 is gone. I think they're committing to at least either megas or waiting for the others to come back with the BKB, though. Now Miero walking forward. They got the Fiend's Grip. They get the kill on a Kidtrek. They'll look over at Arteezy. Do they have enough? They're going to time walk in. They've got the Chrono on a 2. Do they have the damage with the Rolling Thunder from Sumail? The TP in forward from Save. They've got the control. They'll get the kills. They look for Sumail. The Assassinate. It flies out, but Sumail rolls away. Nightfall looking like he wants to chase.
Oh,
the Avalanche, they got him.
Oh, is this it? Is this the comeback?
We're up on the high ground. Miero. Is he willing to just blink BKB and go in like this?
He's ready. He's so
trying.
ready. He knows.
BKB, blink, Black Hole. That's going to be placed on a 2, but they've got the arena. Is it going to be enough to get the save on Arteezy? No, it won't.
Back into the Black Hole.
Oh, jeez.
Buyback is available, but that's a big one. Miero. When his black holes, like this guy can carry so many times Bet Boom. When they're on the back foot, he knows how to make a comeback play.
Ooh, actually, Arteezy's getting pretty close. Arteezy, Lotus Orb, reflecting a little bit, save. Nightfall, time walk in, they had themselves the Fiend's Grip, they go to the Chronosphere, that's going to be on a 2. They look for the damage, but they've got the Disruption, that's going to be a save on a 1. They go to the Refresher, they've got themselves another Chrono, Bing Bong, they're coming for more. They want to take out the entire side of Shopify Rebellion. GPK doing the damage, has the right clicks, Miero in with the Black Hole, that's going to be right onto the Naga Siren, and they will get a kill on Arteezy.
The longer they wait.
Saberlight, Blink, Spear, Arena, it lands perfectly. They've got the Rolling Thunder with the Lotus Orb, though. That might reflect a little bit. That's going to reflect the silence that was coming through. Toronto's going to stand there. They've got the Chrono. They had the Fiend's Grip, but they've got the Disruption coming up from Kidtrack. They're going to walk over. They've got the Black Hole. It's going to be on Arteezy once again. Kidtrack's dead. But can they get the kill onto Arteezy and take out the Naga Siren who just used the buyback? They've got the Black Hole once more. 2 heroes caught in it. Saberlight, Arteezy, Sumail all fall. And that will be heroes gone with no buyback. 2-minute timers on them. And this is going to be so hard for Shopify Rebellion. Stolen Black Hole will extend the inevitable. Goes to the Refresher. Another Black Hole? Oh, another Wind Waker. All right. It was worth a shot. It buys some time. Is it enough? Not.
Now to prep to defend this tier 1 mid tower. They are not willing to let this one go. Yuma's going to show up to boot. They'll pop the Moonlight Shadow. Copy's going to jump right in onto Ori. Arrow will connect to follow up with the Dragon Tail Stun, and Ori has been deleted. A very nice start from Nouns. Now they'll jump in onto Bark. Bark being completely controlled up by Gunner. Gunner not able to finish off the jump. In fact, Gunner gets destroyed here by FY and Bark. Still Copy, still trying to move in, does find FY, takes down the techies. Bark though moving right back onto the Dragon Knight, will take him down. A very decent kind of fight here for Azure. The Wolves will scared. I don't know. They're going to see Yuma. That is a big target. He has a BKB up, but the rush is there. Bark, he's going to pop the Lycan form. They just jump the Gyrocopter immediately. The BKB finally going to come off. Do they have the damage? Bark is chasing Yuma down. Yuma in huge trouble. But Creeps as well, just following him down. The Gyrocopter still trying to get his way out, but Bark's got him. Bark has got him. Ori, though, may go down, but it's going to be a great fight for Azure. They are cleaning up. Now it's wrapping around the long way underneath their own vision. Low, he's going to run right into them. Low, he'll force stuff away for now, but they've got the control. The draw is gone. FY will follow. Down chasing for a little bit more. Azure just running as fast as they possibly can. Tianming trying to set up the mine traps here up against Gunner. Tianming still trying to get through the Twin Gates. Will make it out. But Gunner is on the chase. He wants more. So I don't know if it's well advised, Gunner. There's a lot of mines around that area, sir. The BKB will save for now, but Gunner may have just got a bit too far. More than happy to jump in. A smoke on smoke. Right into that Radiant Triangle. Copy's going to be scouted out, but he's got help right behind him. FY's going to jump in, but the Yule set for in fact the Wind Waker. Copy's going to be just fine, and now the 2-man stun. Gunner, what an initiation. They found Low again. Low's trying to run. He'll run towards the west of the map. He'll have to just fight back now, but he is trapped on his own glacier. Copy will take him down. How do you fight this one as Azure? The answer is you don't. There goes FY. Bark's going to try and run. Copy will take down Tianming. And Bark, he'll continue trying to run as a wolf. But the homing missile will follow him all the way up. The wolf form about to wear off. He's forced to pop his BKB to run.
Maybe he didn't have the trick. He knows he's son.
Tianming has no choice here, John. Tianming's in big trouble. Tianming being jumped here by Gunner. And Gunner, he will have his way with him for the first time. Meanwhile, FY trying to make a jump in onto the Gyrocopter. But Yuma will pop his BKB, so he should be just fine for now. The rest of Azure looking to back off because Gunner's a big boy, but here comes Bark. Bark wants to go for the fight. He's on the doom, and Bark is gone, or rather, Gunner is gone. Yuma, he has no BKB, he's going to be very cautious. Meanwhile, Copy, he's just frontlining for his team. Yuma's going to jump right back in, trying to go after Tianming. The Tianming's fine. Bark's the target now. Bark will run his way out. Gunner, he's fought back. He'll go after FY. The Scythe of Vice back in onto the Tiny, but it seems as though Nouns have run out of steam. They need to get the hell out of there. Yuma's in trouble. Yuma's going to try and man up through this. Tianming to jump back in. Yuma, he'll go after Low, and Low is gone. Uh-oh. A 5v3 scenario, Nouns. They have got a huge advantage. They should be able to get a higher ground, but there are still mines. Low's got buyback once again as well, by the way.
And this is the opening they're looking for on now. It's forces buyback on Low. just go right back in. All these mirror shields on both sides are just causing numerous issues in trying to get that instantaneous lockdown they both need. I do like that Chan Ming knows the assignment. He has a Pirate's hat of his own. It's just still a level away from 25. You need to hit that point before it's really relevant. And as you mentioned, just the mines here. They could go for Roche on now and want to... They've already forced 2 buybacks. They just need to find the diebacks at this point.
FY, back is there. Copy. Nullifier. It's going to cancel off the wind wave. Copy is getting blown up. FY, he will drop Copy. He's saved by the disruption. He will be able to chain his way out. As Bark is going to go after Fly now on the Crystal Maiden. Fly dropping very, very low. They're still alive, and Bark does take him down and just rushes his way out of there.
Eventually he'll be here. I know.
Why can't we have Ags? Why can't we have Aghanim join the game?
Maybe we'll see Ags again in the next chapter of Groundfall. Oh, wait, whoa, a siege?
You got a range Rax. Run low. You're the hero we need, but didn't deserve. Get out of there, sir.
He actually he took a Rex ahead of now.
Lelis. Oh, they caught him. They see low. Oh, the jump is there low. Oh, it may not have been worth it.
There is a smoke out. Boom. Might be able to take the follow-up fight.
They could make it. I mean, Sacred, he could just jump right in. It's too late, though. The Aegis is taken. They're still looking for the fight. Sacred, he could go for a bigger avalanche. He will find 3-man avalanche, tossing Arme back. They want that Aegis down immediately, though. Sacred might have to give his life away for it, and does. Meanwhile, Q, a 2-man rebound. He'll take down Knight and Panda. Slot him. He'll pop the Rolling Thunder now. Meanwhile, Picard's on the high ground trying to survive, but he's almost out of mana in the Fiend's grip. It's going to hold down the Rolling Thunder. Picard needs to run. He's completely out of mana, and he is down.
Kill. Telekinesis clips him. Toss, though, he was close enough, and GH taking a lot of damage from Eidolons as well as this egg. They'll get the kill. Oh, Miero's in with the Black Hole on 2. Eidolons again with this Black Dragon, and the disruption's just there for a split-second save. Is it going to be enough? Avalanche comes through from save from this cliff, assassinating Sumail from a distance.
And another one.
Oh no, Arteezy? They got Kitrak, but Arteezy's able to make it towards this camp.
He wants pictures of him real bad.
Oh, they're making the play out onto mid. Hara has the turnaround ability, pops the ultimate, and CML is the Bash God from Faceless Void with an amplified damager. Now underneath that tier 2 tower, they're coming in top as well, but it's a double kill for Question Mark. And Execration is kind of falling apart for them because has found a little bit more. It's Shanks on the Enchantress.
Yeah,
the
that's
deer running away from the prey. And
what are supposed to be taken by SIBE team, bringing out the Enigma. I've had this discussion about so many casters that Enigma is a really good hero. You can depend on if the skill gap between the two teams are just too big. And maybe Team SIBE, they're feeling that they have to pull out the Enigma. It's going to be making those plays happen. Chan DK, it's one of their style, so changing it up wouldn't really make sense. It sounds okay-ish, but we should be highlighting this Enigma out because it's going to be really important this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, for one, the DK with the Enigma has some decent synergy once he gets level 2 ultimate as well, with the AoE being built into his right click. So I think that is going to be another huge factor. The Tiny as well, like you mentioned, is huge with that Enigma to kind of make him serve as a crush, to kind of allow this Wind Ranger, because Munkushi Wind Ranger, it is legendary, and it's legendary for a reason. I also love that one win makes sure to ban out that Ricky, to take away a potentially good Wind Ranger answer. But yeah, what do you think one win are actually going to look to last pick here in order to, you know, bring their Wind Ranger online and make sure that they have all the synergy they need here?
One win and the hero that they need. First, I would like to talk about what SIBE is might be looking for on the safe lane, because they need something that can apply damage quickly and execute it quickly when they are going to be committing that rush. Because in that form, I might be expecting a Sven. That's why the Bristleback ban makes a bit of a sense. Luna, it's banned. Sven is available. Troll is available. Morphling banned.
Do you think Sven is good enough against the Wind Ranger still? Because I see like Sven lose more and more against Wind Ranger. I thought that matchup has kind of gone in the Wind Ranger's
No,
favor at this
you're
point.
actually right. You're actually right, but I'm thinking more like along the lines that we are executing a black hole and we need as much damage executed as we can during it. Yeah, not really a good Sven game. I think you're just justifying the fact that now that I'm thinking of it, yeah, it's not really a good Sven game. It's a bit of a tough one to decide which one to be picked up by. Of course, you just go Faceless Void. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, Faceless Void, Enigma, there is a lot of team fight now. There is a lot of synergy, but I do feel like Faceless Void could potentially be too slow for this Wind Ranger if one win just pick another very fast,
Oh no.
momentum here. What are you thinking?
Oh no, this is a free Razor game.
Oh my god, you're right. You're so right. There is literally no Razor counter
or
whatsoever.
Naga. Free Razor or Naga game. Oh no. If one win, I think they are gonna be realizing that picking either of these heroes are gonna be extraordinarily good. And what else though? Imagine if, because with the Razor and the Naga we are like flexing around the Wind Ranger. If it's Wind Ranger safe lane, then what would you ping out? Never mind.
It's gonna be a Lycan. Oh, that's a hero we don't see every day. So super aggressive, in your face offlaner. More synergy for the tag team from Tusk there as well. And Chira Jr. will just be taking that Pangolier on the mid lane, which is not the best matchup against 3F. Dragon Knight generally has a pretty good lane against the Pangolier, but at some point Pangolier gets that Diffusal Blade, and that's the point where Dragon Knight is no longer having fun in the lane anymore.
That's why I love esports. There is like, I had an idea. It sounds like a good Razor game. You had an idea. It sounds like a good Razor game. I had an idea with the Naga, but it's just we were just completely wrong on the setup of some of these lanes, because it's gonna be the last pick Lycan on the off lane. Oh, SIBE, can you hit those black holes? Can you get those early game potential with the tiny self-hate? How hard is it gonna be for him on the lane? There are just so many different questions. We are gonna be finding out the answer for sure in this game number 4.
Yeah, I really hope there's gonna be a 5th game, in part because it would make for such a cool story, and how SIBE managed to overcome Munkushi playing his main hero with respect on the Tusk as well. Because they got away with the double pick, so they got that full Wind Ranger synergy and made sure that, Munkushi is gonna be both enabled and kept safe during those early fights. Because that was another thing that we saw in the last game be really huge, and we didn't really mention it, where Tusk with the snowball is just doing such a good job of keeping the Munkushi Wind Ranger safe after the Blink Dagger comes out, especially.
Yeah, it's not only that the hero can initiate, the saving factor is there as well. Oh, SIBE, I don't know how I feel about this one. I think there is the potential that we might be seeing the same kind of outcome like the previous game, which I'm really hoping is not gonna be the case. But for that, SIBE, they really have to be perfect on the laning stage.
For sure. Like, SIBE, that is what they're feeling comfortable with, though, right? They are usually a team that has beaten a lot even stronger teams than them by just being super aggressive, by just playing a really clean and a really good laning stage. So I do like kind of going back to what works for them. Like, they are playing around their strengths for the most part. I just hope that this Faceless Void isn't gonna get torn apart, because Dragon Knight, should have an infinitely better game than last time.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about this game as well. SIBE, they are smoking up, but not really moving as a unit of 5 just yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 5-man smoke, which I don't really agree with here, honestly, because one win, they're not smoking. They already got that great aggressive vision over on the top lane to make sure that, as a matter of fact, this Wind Ranger safe lane can hit all of her power shots for free. So as far as the 0-minute moves go, I don't think going for a 0-minute smoke just to get a mediocre mid ward going for it is gonna, pay off on its own. because when they very much had a smoke of their own, and they were just waiting till the really early smokes that teams tend to use for vision has worn off here, as now they are the ones looking for more instead.
Runes are gonna be spawning. Let's see how are we gonna be splitting them up. Sunset is completely surrounded.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be that first blood going the way of one win, as well, they do have to fight and body block him to the max. Sunset, he almost got away with that move, but almost is not quite gonna be enough here from the looks of it.
Yeah, first blood going in favor of Bombin once again.
As it looks like we have a little bit of a fun fact. Okay, it's gonna be a different fun fact here. So with that, let's see if anything interesting comes from this laning stage, because Selfhate, it's like you said, he needs to have a perfect lane here, but we got ourselves another fact, and yeah, Sohi, his Chen is pretty much perfect. Over the last year, he has not lost a single game with it. Well, until the one before this one, I guess. But yeah, there goes his perfect Chen winning spree, but his Chen last game also did a lot of work with the creep army and stuff. The problem wasn't the Chen, the problem was the Dragonite that was kind of supposed to set up the Chen. So I'm happy we get to see Sohi Chen again here, as a high skilled Chen is always fun to look at.
Definitely, as they are picking this hero up for a reason once again, but I'm really scared that we might be seeing the same scenario like the last game. So far, so good for SIBE. They are not really that much on the suffering end as it was the previous one.
Oh yeah, it's a lot steadier of a laning stage. It's a lot better of a laning stage. Though the one thing that is still terrifying is this Wind Ranger plus Tusk combo, who with the Blood Grenade and a perfectly timed tag team will try to get Sunset once again and will succeed. The counter Blood Grenade from Zeneca, all it does is get this Enigma low and give the Wind Ranger some free extra lasts on those Eidolons. The very opposite of what Zeneca wanted to accomplish here in the lane once again. As yeah, Tusk Wind Ranger is just such a hard combo to deal with in pro scene, because like we've talked about, there's that insane tag team plus focus fire combo once Wind Ranger reaches level 6, but also Tusk is an excellent hero to give a carry solo XP with, and to boast, he got that perfect save, so that if Wind Ranger gets caught while Wind Run is not available, he can just blink and go for that snowball save as well.
Definitely. The amount of utilities available for the Tusk is definitely having a wide repertoire, but it's not really in the meta anymore, and we can see why. Because the tag team is not as good as it used to be. It's absolutely, it's like excellent with a hero like Wind Ranger, but making the core task is not possible anymore. It's not that as good as it was like 2 years ago when Tundra was playing it. Now it's more like a one-time occasion when this hero can appear. For example, with the duo present with the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, for sure. Tusk, without a synergy, he doesn't see any more play, which is kind of sad, but that old Tusk that we saw every game blink into enemy bases and kick people off the high ground, I'm kind of happy that he got nerfed. You know, Tusk as that like semi-carry, even from the 4 he was insane back in the day. And nowadays instead he relies on having a synergy, having a combo, which does seem to be working out just fine over on this top lane still.
So far so good. At least Enigma is not not as an easy kill as the DK was, because the Eidolons are still hurting a lot and you don't really have that area damage that can deal with them. So that's something at least.
Yeah. Though respect, he could be going down to one more right click from the Enigma. He makes it under the tower just in time, will be okay, and Munkushi still very much fine playing this harass battle solo for a little while his Tusk regens up. As long as they don't die, because dying would give away so much experience. And experience makes Enigma scary, because once he out-levels you, he's gonna punish you so hard with that Eidolon army. And ever since the Eidolons have been buffed a bit, I think it's very scary whenever Enigma gets an advantage on the off lane.
Yeah, once the Enigma gets the amount of gold that he needs, and the XP as well. The Eidolons are not scaling that well HP wise, but when it comes to attack damage, it's really decent. And we get picking up an early drums is gonna be dictating the tempo for the lane of the Enigma for sure.
Oh yeah, though, Enigma, if he gets a good Blink Dagger timing, then I can definitely see him turn this game around, give us that game number 5 that we of course hope are gonna come out in these grand finals here. But for the time being, it's just a pretty quiet laning stage over on bottom at least, which Faces Void is surprisingly happy with. I mean, yeah, I know Lycan is out farming him and everything, but being only this little tiny bit behind, a Lycanthrope who's supposed to be a huge carry that can take over games, well, I think that counts for a lot.
Yeah, so far so good for the Faceless Void. He's actually leading on this bottom lane in front of the Lycan when it comes to the net worth. So far so good. SIBE, you lost 2 heroes, but it's not a disaster. Rotations are gonna be coming out though. They know that killing this Enigma is not a 2-man job. They need more. So here comes the Batrider. Let's see how this, in which manner is gonna be successful or not.
Yeah, there is some Eidolon sent to scout, but they do not have any suspicion that the Bad Rider is still around as Swedenstrong goes for a very aggressive Firefly. Nice Flame Break as well as Zeneca. 1 or 2 more hits are gonna do the trick. And with that, now Tusk can go for a follow-up Snowball, try to get Sunset as well, as 1 more right pick is gonna do the trick, but instead of Power Shot. Munkushi once again just taking over this top lane.
It was perfectly showcased. Beyond our Cloud might be falling. He's fine. Actually, Region is very good.
Yeah,
and Chiro Jr.
The Rolling Thunder to try and get the Faces Void, so I don't think even with the Rolling Thunder they are... Oh, they do have the damage, okay. That's just so nice for Chira Jr. He gets the core and now he can take his time with the support, whereas Lycanthrope just got the XP advantage over the Faceless Void. So now, 1 win, they're winning both the top and the bottom lane. As I say that, the Tusk will go down for being a little over-aggressive against the Zeneca Enigma. But Enigma, he needs not just that black hole, but also the Blink Dagger to land it here.
It's a pleasure to watch Swedenstrong playing this game, because immediately he's arriving on the top lane, claiming a kill. Because I was a bit I was saying second thoughts whether the Batrider would be a better laner for top rather than a Tusk. Despite the fact that Tusk is working great, as you just mentioned, with the tag team with the Wind Ranger. But Swedenstrong arrives, cleaning up the Eidolons, and look at the amount of rotations One is doing. These are core heroes on bottom. They don't belong here.
Well, Wind Ranger gets to do whatever the hell Munkushi wants. That's how Munkushi Wind Ranger works. And well, as for the Pangolier, yeah, that second gank is gonna let Chira Jr. fall a bit behind. They did lose the mid-tier 1 for that. But I think Pangolier, he's very happy with his own farm timing, and I think he's aware like, hey, I'm getting my Diffusal Blade faster than I'm supposed to. So now he's kind of trying to share that wealth with his team, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Radiant's middle tower is losing its
Yes,
foundation.
well, the first Chrono and Black Hole of the game are gonna be big, but until they get to that first Chronosphere and Black Hole, well, it will be a little bit, you know, slow game, which is exactly what Faces Void wants, to be fair. But Chira Jr., he's punishing people every time they step out of position on that Pangolier of his. Mega kill streak already, and he's now about to overtake the Dragon Knight in net worth there as well.
Yeah, Swashbuckle and Tusk tag team is one of those great combos as well. Look at the block coming out from the illusion. This is perfect.
Yeah, the Lycan Wolves are there as well, just the small wolves to benefit off of the tech team. There's the Dragon Knight. He is the highest armor hero in this game, and Pangolier, he goes for a nice Rolling Thunder. But with the Chronosphere, it will still not prevent the Faces Void from killing him. However, that does leave Salphate exposed, and Salphate does not manage to get out on that Faces Void, but in comes Zeneca with a huge 2-man black hole. So at the end of the day, it will still very much be a win for the side of SIBE, who would love to get Munkushi as well, but Munkushi gets the Windrunner to get away just in time.
Oh, I really thought it's gonna be one-sided once again, but finally they TP in the Enigma and the Faceless Void to make those early corners through, and then the black hole happened. So finally, SIBE, they are showing life signs.
Yes, this is already a lot closer than game number 1. As a matter of fact, SIBE, they still have the gold advantage until that Wind Ranger starts going for more kills. So if they would have killed that Wind Ranger, it would have actually been a huge advantage in that last fight.
Maybe next time they are gonna be successful killing off the Wind Ranger even. They have the potential with the Chronosphere and the black hole, so it's something that they might be focusing on when the next time these ultimates are gonna be available.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Faceless Void getting a kill there is great, but for dying, he lost more money than he made from getting the kill. So I think in that sense, he is kind of sad, you know. Like, he expected that to go just a little bit better. But still, altogether, I'm very impressed with what they're doing here so far. Cloud. Yeah, this Lycanthrope, he's the one hero who's not really having any impact yet until that Helm of the Overlord timing, of course. But with the creep army, he's still gonna try to win against Sohi and his creep army and dive the tower, whereas Sohi just steals one of the Lycan creep and with an extra teleport, and they are gonna be fine. But Lycanthrope, he does at least bait some resources for using this ultimate. So his ultimate wasn't completely wasted, right?
Rough though.
Oh yeah, that's a Dragon Knight getting killed off by Pangolier with an amplified damage rune, and Munkushi with that tons of magical damage to both. And as Munkushi gets fatter and fatter and just becomes stronger every few minutes coming here, then... well, I see Munkushi just kind of become that invincible carry that he was in the previous game once again, just from all of the space that Shira Jr. created. But as I say that, in comes a nice Chronosphere, which isn't going to be enough though. Okay, it will. It will, but only because the Swashbuckle was delayed in cooldown by the Faces. But actually, with the power shot, Wind Ranger saves Shira Jr. No way! Chronosphere committed and everything for no avail. We're gonna see a replay of that, yeah.
First the Chronosphere hit the ice shard separating the voids from the Wind Ranger, then he finally got to that no bashes, and in the end he just walks away with his life. Oh.
The creep would have finished the job too, because the creep is way faster than him, so the creep had to be killed off with the power shot there, which was just the cherry on top of that Tusk play, really, and it was such a beautiful combo, showing off their teamwork here.
Once again, one with the superior executions, but at least it's not as bad as it was last time from Team SIBE. Especially.
I mean, SIBE have the way better late game though, so holding on is all they need to do right now. But holding on is not what beating a Chen and his creep army looks like, as now that Enigma is getting surrounded, but they will instead find a Faceless Void in the triangle, which Pangolier gets vision on, but Faceless Void just time walks it off. Says, you know what, we may lose our top tower, but we're not gonna lose our hard carry again here, which I think is definitely a nice move and a nice call to make.
This tier 1 tower is gonna be certainly destroyed as one win. They are getting the kills like the last time, but the net worth difference is at least not growing not growing as big as it was the previous game. So far so good for Team SIBE. Just keep executing those ultimates and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, as here, well, it looks like with that Rolling Thunder, Shira Jr. is debating whether or not they can go in again, but thanks to that smoke, they don't see anyone to jump, as now the smoke is gonna be broken. One win, they realize where the enemies are, they will immediately activate their ultimate, as Shira Jr. once again being jumped, but once again he survives through everything. And as Tira Jr. survives, well, in comes the black hole, but Tusk just has no black holes allowed as Enigma goes down, and with that Enigma down, with the black hole wasted, now the cleanup is in favor of 1win. We run down the Dragon Knight with the Wind Ranger. Tira makes sure that Cloud gets a bonus kill there with the right click as well, and now Zoe running for his life. But I do like how Tira Jr. makes sure that he's kind of, you know, every time he's the one initiated on, his team has to help him survive, his team has to help him get away. But they do so, and then he kind of rewards his team by just swashbuckling people so Wind Ranger can power shot them, or so that Tusk can go for a nice roll. Every time, like, Wind Ranger, every time she is, like, bullied out of, or, like, Pangolier is bullied out of the team fight, they still do so much work with the other of them frontlining pretty much, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, we just jinxed it. We were talking about that the 3k advantage is not as big as it was in the first game, but 1v,
Yeah.
they are just so good with this kind of fights where they are overwhelming SIBE, not just by numbers. It really feels like there are not 5 heroes coming at you. They're like actually 10. Oh, Ralph, he's gonna be a dead meat right there. Is he?
Yeah, Dragon Knight, he's still trying to tank through everything, but I don't think he expected this Bat Rider. Though then again, there was a support backing him up, but with the Bat Rider magical damage, he will still eventually go down. Whereas over on bottom lane, Wind Ranger is being hunted with a smoke from the Faces Void and Tiny, which they may commit a Chronosphere for, but Bat Rider, he immediately comes in over to that bottom lane to make sure that Wind Ranger... No, actually Munkushi still goes down. Oh, that's so big. Yeah, that's a super high value kill going the way of Sunset. There is the defensive Bat Rider teleport, but without the lasso, he could not save Wind Ranger. They keep getting away with like 1 HP, and this time around, finally Wind Ranger was actually caught with 1 HP there, which SIBE are very happy about, though they do need to be careful around this Pangolier. Pangolier with the Rolling Thunder, he stuns 2 people, even delaying Self-Haste, counter-initiation, Self-Hate. Do you really want to counter-initiate against this fat Pangolier? Well, he does want to, as Pangolier didn't quite hit the swashbuckle on the Faces Void, but Tira Jr. still jumps down the high ground. He's gonna try for the teleport, but Faces Void, no bash. 1 hit, no bash. That's all he's gonna get. As now Respect still doing his best to frontline with the Lycanthrope creep, whereas Lycanthrope just being a nuisance. Out come the Ice Shards. Can they get this Faces Void? No way, even not with the Arcade damage and Power Shot coming in, as the Power Shot was just half a second too late. Though Wind Ranger still really wants to go on himself. He is being healed by the Chen ultimate and will be fine here. I think 1win, they're starting to respect the Faces Void though, with how much they try to commit for the kill every time. I think they realize that, hey, if this Faces Void comes online, then we may very well still lose this game, as Cloud gets caught, will immediately turn around on the Chen though, as both Zeneca and Selfade go down to the creep army, and Munkushi with a ton of damage, as Munkushi now has used the ultimate, but while his damage isn't something to write home about, there's just so much lockdown. Nobody is allowed to walk away except the Tiny. And well, speaking of lockdown, Bat Rider, he's not gonna walk, like let him walk all the way home as Tiny. Oof! Munkushi Wind Ranger now exactly as far ahead as they were in the last game, and with that Lycanthrope and the Creep Army, they are now just gonna keep pushing objectives until the next great Chronosphere kind of turns this fight around and brings things back under control here for the side of SIBE. But without a Chronosphere, I think without a good Chronosphere being followed by a perfect Black Hole, they're not gonna be able to turn this game back around again.
Oh, you really have those feelings, like it's the previous game. Once again, SIBE suffering, they are overwhelmed by the amount of heroes the 1win is bringing in some of these fights. They are just running you through, sometimes even leaving you behind on like 200 HP unfinished, because they know that getting the next kill is just on their horizon. But at least this game you have some comeback items, comeback potential, comeback utilities, never mind.
Yeah, Cloud just says nope with the Creep Army. I like Enigma trying to set up for that too, because that's pretty much the only chance of hitting the Black Hole they need without a Chronosphere first, for the Enigma to jump in from behind. But against so much burst damage, and most of it being magical too, Rhea is just having as little fun as the Dragon Knight was last time around.
Oh, I don't know what to do. Maybe execute your Chronosphere Black Hole combo perfectly. That might be the only way to come back into this game, as Roshan #1 is about to be taken by one win.
Yeah, with that Roshan just being solo taken by Lycan and the Wind Ranger, they don't even need a team to support them. Can save most of their resources for something else, while Pangolier and Batrider, with another lasso being available in 30 seconds, are headed towards the bottom lane, as the rest of their team can now easily join them there, and they are pushing the perfect lane that they want to be in once again. As Chira Jr., can he get caught? He will be caught with 3 people on top of him. Maybe a little bit too far forward, but look at how tanky he is. They're gonna have to commit the Chronosphere on top of Chira Jr. Chira Jr., he gets stunned at just the wrong moment to try and get himself away still. So for once, he's not able to turn a fight around with a good shield crash and then just destroy some enemies.
Was it worth it? That's my question, and that's something I'm debating over, because you really need to use ultimates to be executed on at least 2 heroes. Doesn't matter which position, but throwing one off for the Pangolier in this kind of situation, I might not be agreeing. Maybe if
well,
they
they
can
still
catch
have the black
someone.
hole. It depends on if they can find a good black hole. Well, for now, they don't even need it to kill off Cloud, which Enigma is very happy about, because that means he's still holding on to that super scary black hole. But there's the reinitiation, and they realize, hey, black hole is still available. Black hole will kill us all here, so they will kill off the Enigma instead. And now one win. Without that Chronosphere, they can punish the Faceless Void. They will try to do just that with the Tusk initiating. Though, where is the damage? Well, the damage is meanwhile being set up on those supports by the Wind Ranger, as Wind Ranger, she knows full well Faceless Void, he just got Time Walk off the damage, and Dragon Knight, he's starting to get at least kind of tanky, so Munkushi, he will get that triple kill by just perfectly mind-gaming the supports with Vision. And beautifully done as they get a follow-up kill on the Dragon Knight. 3-up. That was so unlucky, but it's only a matter of time till he dies to all of that magical damage. Actually, Dozzy, as Tiny comes in for the save, but Wind Ranger still has an Aegis, so the Wind Ranger, as long as she can frontline for both for support, will very much be fine. Continuing to go here, that's gonna be the one-man Black Hole. Pangolier looks to come in for the save, though, with the Rolling Thunder is gonna be just alright, as Faceless Void is not with the Focus Fire coming out on top of him. And I think it's gonna be GG here very soon, with a full team wipe being facilitated. If Swedenstrong can just get that follow-up Zoe kill, a nice fortification to try and kill off Swedenstrong, who isn't even gonna die. What an escape from the Batrider. They did lose their Wind Ranger from that, but it is gonna be a full 5-man team wipe for only your hard carry, as it's not quite gonna be the GG call, of course. This is Grand Finals and SIBE's last chance to hold on to a chance at winning the tournament here. But I don't think they got what it takes unless they find way better Chronos than Black Holes.
I really like how when it comes to these fights, they are sharing the incoming damage in between their heroes. It's just perfect how they are still keeping the fight alive just by having some of those heroes on 400, 500, 600 HP. It's not that they have good damage mitigation, they are like pretty good at sharing the damage that SIBE is dealing.
Yes, for sure, though. Like, the moment they fail at sharing that damage, that's when they get punished. That's pretty much the only one fight that SIBE got so far. Bait the enemy into sharing a little more damage than they're supposed to take there, and then punish. Though, I think through all of that, it could be looking a lot worse for one win. As long as one win don't lose the tempo big time here, they should just be okay, right?
Yeah, if one win, they are not gonna be making any mistakes, and this should be a game already won. Maybe if they could execute the Chronosphere on free, then on top dropping the Black Hole, then I feel like SIBE has the comeback potential, but the team won't win. They are just so good today.
Ooh, out comes the lasso once again, as yeah, one win, they are definitely having their best performance we've ever seen from them in the tournament, as this time around with the Grand Finals they are not afraid of using all of those strategies that they have been saving for exactly this, a tournament grand finals. And with that unexpected Lycan coming out, but doing so much work, now that they can actually push this high ground, it is gonna be at least one lane of wreck going down. With only the mid tier 2 still standing. Enigma will get caught. He's not quite gonna die as the Ice Shard. A bit of synergy with the Pangolier, but Pangolier is still very happy to roll onto other targets as Enigma is gonna be forced instantaneously buyback. Even though that black hole still cooling down for 22 seconds. If they catch Zeneca again before the black hole is there, it would be huge. As Faceless Void tries to get the jump, but an instant Blink Dagger from the Tusk will keep him alive. But with those Medirex, one win can once again back themselves off. Almost 30,000 ahead.
Oh, we are just getting closer and closer to the endgame scenario. Let's see what Gaben says. Okay, never mind. 3% win probability for SIBE, 97 for one win, 19 level advantage.
Wind Ranger looking for some interesting items as well. Now it's time for that Aghanim Scepter, and after that Aghanim Scepter is pretty much where Wind Ranger becomes a real carry. As that will just be re-up, killed off extremely fast. There is no more lasso though, but what there is available is that Rolling Thunder, as the tier 2 tower will be exposed, and Pangolier sitting behind makes it so hard for SIBE to fight. Because SIBE, with that Rolling Thunder available, they can black hole. If they black hole, Pangolier literally rolls through that black hole and says, you get nothing, as he stuns up the Enigma.
Second lane might be under some pressure on already half HP, as some of your heroes at least respawning quickly because you are so far behind. But 9 seconds and the DK is gonna be back, but capitalizing on the fact that you have the siege keep in the 25 minutes, they are perfectly. And they just not scared to make these rotations because they know that if they shut down the Enigma, that's their only pay. Look at Mangushi hunting.
Ooh. He didn't get vision though, so Enigma will be able to get away, but yes, it's just a battle of can they bait out Pangolier ultimate to try and get a good black hole after. There's the Pangolier ultimate now. Enigma needs to survive. Tusk will not be surviving much longer here, but he will actually get out a snowball, which is just gonna allow them to bring in more heroes, and that will be Sohi dying with all of its creeps just following him into the grave. As the high ground is once again open for contestation, but with the Bad Rider Luster, they wanted to go for the Dragon Knight, which will be countered by a really nice Chrono Tree, but in comes the Pangolier damage reduction. And Pangolier with the roll-up, still tanking for the Wind Ranger, who is the real target that they have just failed to catch time and time again. Munkushi, this time around he has one death on his Wind Ranger, but if you don't have an answer to the Wind Ranger, if you don't have a Wind Ranger counter, then this is pretty much what's bound to happen. He has done this so many times and won so many games, making them look easy with the Wind Ranger that, well, this is just another, usual Saturday for him. Though the first and second game of the series were amazingly close, and it was a pleasure to have you here, as we can congratulate one win on being our new tournament champions with a Lycanthrope last pick, something very unexpected and off meta, but something definitely game-winning.
Yeah, 1 win in the end. This was an extraordinary gameplay. The fact that they managed to shut down SIBE the second time. Last fight though, it was so important from Chira Jr. because their only potential play to come back even 30k down is to Chronosphere and put the black hole on top of it. Chronosphere executed really good. Black hole about to come out. Then Chira Jr. appears and basically depletes you out of your mana with the swashbuckle diffusal blade combo. 1 win on new champions.
Yeah, well deserved. I really like that, in the grand finals, people drafted like it was the grand finals, and that was the most important part. Though I am kind of sad that the last game, it kind of repeated itself. I would have really hoped for a 5th game to come off of them defeating that Munkushi Wind Ranger raid boss right now, but I guess it's its main hero for a reason, and it was a very well-deserved victory here. So with that, congratulations to 1 win. And ladies and gentlemen, we are off as we've officially ended the European Pro League season number 18, but we do all hope to see you all for the next season in a couple of weeks. Until then, enjoy Wallachia. As for you, Costa, thank you very much for joining me.
It was a pleasure.
Truly my pleasure. Well, peace out, everyone.